Station, my brother.
Station. Pop, pop, boom. What's up, everybody? Happy New Year.
Dude, Happy New Year, bro. You do anything fun last night?
Yeah, I went to the distillery that my lady works for. And
Oh,
we
really?
had this really nice dinner. This guy was there playing piano. It was like really cheesy, stupid music, and it was really uncool. But the place was beautiful. It was the first time I'd ever been there. Short Mountain Distillery up in Tennessee.
Yeah.
We had some drinks. We had steak and lobster. I had these awesome chicken lollipops and these Reuben egg rolls. It was really awesome, very cool. And they were giving moonshine shots every hour. It was a really good time with my lady, man. I had a lot of fun out there in the country.
Yeah, some moonshine shots. Dang, bro. So you got a little twisted then, huh?
Yeah, but we were fine.
Yeah.
It was paced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It was
I was
kind of
gonna
paced.
say.
It was called like the Country Midnight, right? So
Mhm.
it starts at like 4 and it goes to like 8 or 9 or something like that. And you get a shot every hour. Every hour you celebrate the new year as if it's there for some reason. And you're having this fancy dinner as the night progresses, and it's a beautiful place. It's out there in the mountains, out there in the country, and they got these cats that were just roaming around. They're the distillery cats. They were just roaming around. They were super cool, super fun. It was a really, really awesome time to spend New Year's, and it was great. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Happy New Year to bro. Happy New Year to you. Season 2 of Dylan's Horror Show.
Right.
What did you do for the new year, man?
Well, me and my girl, we had planned to like go to like a couple parties and then go to the bar where my mom works at for like the ball drop, but fucking some shit happened and we had to find someone to babysit her kid. So we finally did that, and then we went to one of the parties because it was a little bit later by then, and then we made it to the bar, like literally like right as the ball drop. It was like me and my girl like in the parking lot, like walking in. So it was cool though, because it was just me and her, which that's all I really cared about. Yeah. And then I walked in and said Happy New Year's to like my whole family. So I got like a little, private moment with my girl. So
that's awesome, man.
It'll be an interesting year for sure, man. So, I'm happy.
Got any New Year's resolutions, Dylan?
Man, I didn't really think about a lot of stuff like that, but for a minute, bro, like I've literally been just like on my own. Like I might have lived at my mom's and shit, but it was always like just me. Like I'd work, come home, and like chill with my dog. Like my dog was like literally my best friend, like in my like personal life. And now I got like a girl, bro. So it's kind of been like weird, but like an adjustment. So, but I'm interested and like excited to,
hell yeah,
take the little journey with her, bro. Cause she's a cool chick, bro. And like I found a chick that likes horror movies and shit, like she's joked around saying she wanted to come on the streams before, but it sucks because she's always at work while I'm doing Tonight Show, you know.
Gotcha.
But I was like, dude, I was like, one day, man, I was like, I should get Robbie and his girl, and then like me and my girl, and we'll like review like a certain horror movie, you know.
Oh Lord.
She like fucking loves American Psycho. That's one of her all-time favorites. But
oh yeah.
yeah, bro, like that was one of the first things when I met her, because I met her at the bar that my mom works at, and she like I was wearing a horror shirt, and she was just like, "Oh, like you love horror, right?" And then I was like, "Hell yeah!" And then she started like telling me she liked it. I'm like, "Yo, like she's pretty hot, man, but she loves horror." Like it just spiked.
Hell yeah,
You know what I mean? So,
dude, I'm super happy for you, man. I wish you the best in this journey. And my New Year's resolution is to watch more horror movies.
watch more horror. Yeah, man. You know, I started the year off watching a lot of horror movies, and I kind of toned down once I kind of got with her, because you know, like I was just so used to kind of sitting, or like anytime if I wasn't working, I was like, man, I'm gonna just chill and watch horror movies, bro. Like so now my schedule's been a little bit different than it was, but I still watch a lot. I feel like I haven't got to watch as much obscure stuff as I was. But I recently ordered this movie off Synops called The Kindred, which I know I sent you a video link for, because it's like super limited release.
Yeah, Dylan's like, "Oh, here you go. Here's a $50 Blu-ray. By
I
the
know.
way, we're gonna review it."
I did it through PayPal, so I'll do like every 2 weeks, which otherwise I probably wouldn't have bought it. And that's why I was like trying to do it through PayPal, because I know I didn't want to spend 50 on it either. At least 50 free shipping, so it still sucks, but it's a hard release to like get. And I guess Synops has been trying to put it out for maybe the last like 5 to 10 years. I something around there. I'm not
should have crowdfunded it. That
and
way you could have got a sticker.
It's been stuck in the court system, kind of like Friday the 13th. So they finally got it out. So it's one that I feel like never got a DVD release, I don't think, and definitely never got a Blu-ray release. So I was like, it's supposed to be a really good like monster movie, like from all the reviews I watched. So I was like, you know what, this is one I gotta add, you know. And plus, if anything, one day if I didn't like it or something, it's literally like only like 3,500 are being made. So I was like, you know, I'll get my money back if I don't like it. But I have a feeling it's gonna be a fun one. It seems kind of like a Lovecraftian monster movie, you know, like creature feature. And you know me, man, I love my creature features.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just more throwing it out there so you could grab it in case it looked interesting to you, because it would be a good one to review maybe in the future. But we have so many, dude. We have so many that we can review. Like all these, bro, like behind me horror movies, and we probably haven't even done a third of them.
We've barely scratched the surface.
Exactly, bro. I can't wait for next week's, bro, which we'll tease that later on. But next week's is gonna be a fun one. I've worked on like a list, but I was trying to figure out like which order I want to do a lot of the movies. You know what I mean? But yeah, well, there'll be some good ones we can do for 2022, man. So I'm definitely excited. But before we keep going into it, we obviously are here to review tonight Wes Craven's The People Under the Stairs, and I'm super excited, bro. Dude, I was looking Fright Rags, bro. They had a really cool freaking hoodie and like t-shirt with this exact like poster on it. And I would have liked to get that, but they were sold out of the hoodie, which actually Fright Rags had a sale going on. I don't know if it's still going, but I think it might. And I snagged up that little House of a Thousand Corpses hoodie, bro. So I'm pumped for that. And they got a new.
Hey, Dylan, real quick. I'm hearing sirens out of my house, so I got to check, see what's going on. I'll be right back, buddy.
Sirens?
Yeah. There's some weather coming through. We'll see what's happening.
Okay. But yeah, definitely be a good one. Happy New Year, TM. But let's see, I gotta think what the hell the horror news is this week. I don't think, honestly, there was a lot. Actually, I know there wasn't a lot. So they haven't really announced shit besides the freaking Doctor Strange 2 trailer, which has, you know, a little bit of horror aspects to it, I guess. Hey, what's up, Two Gun? Happy New Year, my brother. Pew pew. hopefully fucking Robbie doesn't have to be like evacuated, bro. You know, I think he lives in an apartment, so who fucking knows? Hey, what up, Station Taki? What's up, T-Yos? Happy New Year, man. What's up, Kirby? Station. Happy New Year, Gary. I know one movie, that freaking Resident Evil movie came out on it at home streaming, but I tried to watch some of it and I don't know, man. I hear it's not that good anyways, so I know, bro. Crazy. 2022, bro. First stream of 2022, but it's crazy. It's fucking 2022, bro. Thanks, my brother. I wish I knew, dude. I would have had you come hang out with us tonight, Verno. I'll have to message you next week's video because I think you'd definitely be down to review that movie. I'll message you right now and ask if you've ever seen this movie. It's a fucking dope one, bro. Hey, Station Fable. Station Entropy and Comics. Good to see you, my brother. But yeah, the New Year's was pretty cool though. Just went to a freaking party and shit, and couldn't really drink though because I had to end up driving, so I only had like a couple beers because I really did not want to risk driving around drunk. So, and if I would have just been able to go to like one party, I would have been cool. But then I had to go to the bar after, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just have like one beer at each place. Ain't trying to get no DUI or nothing like that, you know. Yeah, that would be a fun one. Definitely. I have to make a poll. I wonder if they'll let me make like polls on YouTube or anything, or, you know, on Facebook or something. But yeah, I got next week's in the bag already. And soon we definitely got to review the Entity 2 gun because I know I want to get that out the way before. So probably within like the next month or two, I really would like to review the Entity. I got to see because I know Robbie has to pick it up unless he's able to just stream it for free somewhere. But that definitely is a good idea to have people vote on future movie reviews. Man, I'm at my girl's house, Bobby. Actually, this is actually where I'm gonna be streaming from now on, dude. That's why I'm gonna be living with her, so I gotta just get the rest of my shit over here. So I gotta get some posters and shit behind me, man, because it looks so plain compared to my old room, man, where literally every inch of the wall was filled with posters in my old house. Favorite film of 2021, Gary? Let me see. One of my favorite movies, favorite horror movie, I'd have to think about.
Hey, Dylan.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to drop out for a few minutes. There's apparently a bad storm heading my way. So I'm going to drop out, but I will be back. Hopefully. All right.
Freaking bad storm. That fucking sucks. But favorite film in 2021, maybe like Spider-Man No Way Home or something, man. And probably favorite horror film in 2021 would probably be like Halloween Kills or something, honestly. I think so. I'm trying to think of all the movies that came out this year. I feel like this year, you know, was a little bit better, but 2020 really sucked. Yeah, probably Halloween Kills her favorite horror movie. Definitely. Just because that one hyped me up so much, bro. I'd say one of the most disappointing movies of 2021 was probably like Matrix Resurrections, which I did not have that much like expectations for anyways, which I actually wish, man, Robbie was here right now because I'd love to hear his fucking thoughts on that. Hopefully he don't take that long. We'll see though. I could see him maybe not even coming back. Hopefully the dude's alright though. I know, man, right? Be safe, Robbie, no doubt. Yeah, definitely. Sad thing, I probably won't get any of my Funkos though, so all I'll have are my NECAs. So yeah, bro, it's definitely a dope movie. I love People on the Stairs. Dude, this fucking wild one about People on the Stairs. My grandmother, bro, like literally, this movie literally scarred her, bro. Like she never watches horror movies, and I don't know how. Somehow she watched this movie because she like is terrified to this day of horror movies. But this one, bro, like they used to live out in the country, my mom and grandpa and my grandma, and she like would refuse to go in the basement and shit. Like she literally probably thought people were like living in her walls too. So this movie, bro, is just a wild one, man. It definitely is one of the creepiest Wes Craven films ever, man. And you get some great practical effects from freaking KMB, and then the two house owners, man, are just crazy. I don't know. I'm trying to think of their names. I don't know. But y'all know the fucking crazy house owners, man. They are so wild, bro. Like the guy walking around in that damn like black fucking what is that? That black S&M suit, whatever the hell that is. Yeah, bro, you could join. Verno, bro, you could join the whole damn stream unless you haven't seen People on the Stairs. I'll send you the link right now, bro. But I used to raise Rottweilers, so I love this movie. Dude, that Rottweiler is awesome, no doubt. No doubt. Let me see. I just sent a link to your email, Vernon, so you can check that out. I appreciate you jumping in, bro. Yeah, dude, that was a wild one. I don't know how my grandmother watched it though, but she was so terrified. And they lived out in the country, bro, so she was like tweaking out, bro. So I always, from time to time, I like to fuck with her about this one, man. Shit is so funny, like. But you know what? Probably one of my favorite TV shows of 2021 would be Dexter. Hasn't ended yet, but Dexter's New Blood, that's one of them. Definitely favorite TV show though of 2021 would be the Chucky TV show. But Dexter, it didn't end in 2021, but it started in it, and that's a fun ass show. So if you haven't watched Dexter New Blood, I definitely recommend you checking that out because I've been loving that. That's been so much fun. And yeah, you know, for a lot of these movies and shows coming back and like kind of revamping or like trying to fix their ending on what they screwed up on before, even like The Matrix, like Dexter's done pretty good because The Matrix, I watched like the first hour, fell asleep for like 30, 40 minutes and caught like the last 30 minutes because it's like 2.5 hours, and I just wasn't really impressed. It shouts like I don't want to make this movie, but I'm being forced to make it all over it. Like, that's all I see. And I hear, like, Lena Wachowski did not want to make the movie at all. So, like, when you see, like, Neo being kind of forced to make a fourth movie or fourth video game that he doesn't want to make and all this shit, like, you just see, like, it's just totally obvious that, like, she just did it just because she didn't want anyone else to really touch the Matrix property. But yeah, dude, fucking huge disappointment. It sucks because I was hoping for better. Yeah, bro. I try to go in like, look, I wasn't expecting a lot because the trailer didn't really kick me in, but I was definitely excited. I was like, I want to be proven wrong, so I didn't go in like high expectations. But yeah, bummer, dude. Such a bummer. Yeah, Malignant was a good one. Titan. I don't know if I seen Titan, but Malignant was fucking sick too. It started off a little bit slow, but dude, it was wild the other way. The second half, bro. Like once everything gets going, sick. I'm trying to think. I know there was more like, The Conjuring came up, but that one wasn't that great. What else came out this year? It was definitely, it was a better year than we got in 2020 because of COVID, but still not as much as we usually get, I feel like. So hopefully 2022 we get a lot of good stuff. Yeah, I know Dune was a lot of people's favorite, definitely. Dude, another thing, I really enjoyed the Book of Boba Fett. That was a good one. I mean, we only got one episode, but that was awesome. Hawkeye might have been. Hawkeye was probably my favorite Disney Plus show of 2021. I'm trying to think. It would be like Hawkeye and Loki. Those are probably my two favorites. And I didn't see Eternals yet. But Spider-Man No Way Home was the best was probably the best movie of the year, in my opinion. I'm trying to think. There might be something else that I liked more, but right now I'm still coming off being so in love with that movie. Yeah, man, I always forget a lot of things that happen in People on the Stairs, too. It's definitely because I always think it was just so dark and grim, but it does have a lot of fun moments in it too, man. Like just goofy shit where he's running around the house in that S&M suit, fucking, blowing holes in the wall and just. I love when that little kid. He's like, yeah. He's like, and they got a guy outside the size of Detroit. Like that dude was just creepy, bro. Like got the whole like rib cage sitting on his thing, and he's just eating it. It's probably a human rib cage, I guarantee. And he's just spitting out buckshots and shit. He's got a little pile of buckshots. Ooh, that was wild, bro. This movie is just like uncomfortable at times, man. But then just so like wickedly fun. It's Wes Craven, all right, man. And I love him, man. I mean, like R.I.P. to the freaking legend Wes Craven, dude, no doubt. You get actually funny because it says Everett McGill, which I'm guessing might be the main dad, was in the original Dune. Let me see. And you get like Ving Rhames, AJ Langer from Escape from LA, Sean Whalen, who it says was in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 and Hatchet 3. Which no, I know who that is. I think that's the guy that has no tongue. Roach, yeah. Yeah, Everett McGill is the one guy. Which I never seen the original Dune, so I didn't know that. I think Bill Cobbs was in the original Shining. I'm pretty sure. Or I might be tripping about that. What the fuck is he in? I think I am tripping about that. Wes Craven wrote the script and he directed it. Pretty impressive to be writing a script like that. And I don't think no one's got the balls to freaking to remake this, man. I just don't think they got the balls to do it. Too good, man. Too dang good. And dude, if you don't got it, man, check this freaking Scream Factory release out. It's a good one. I hope they do a 4K release on it one day. But you get an audio commentary by Wes Craven. You get audio commentary with some of the stars like Brandon Adams, AJ Langer, Sean Whalen, and Jan Birch. Interview with the house mother. Interviews with Greg Nicotero, Howard Berger, and Robert Kurtzman. Hey, what's up, Verno?
What up? What's going on, brother?
Not much, bro.
You got like the crazy. Everybody's giving me shit for my voice. Your voice is fucking crazy at times, bro.
Is it?
Yeah, it's fucking. It's badass.
It is a little deep at times, man. For a skinny white guy, it is a little deep.
It sounds like you know if you take like a bicycle card and you put it on the spokes of a bike, that's what your voice sounds like. You're like, yeah. What's up, dude? So what? I just saw Robbie had to pop off. He got alarms going off. He's got fucking sirens.
Man. I guess some storms coming, man. So I hope he's good, man, because I know he lives in I'm pretty sure an apartment. So
I wish I would have remembered to watch this movie this week, man, because I loved this shit growing up, but I don't fucking remember it. I don't remember it all at all. Like that's how I am. I don't remember stuff from like when I was a kid that I watched.
You might just remember like a scene or something, but there's like if you went back and watched, you'd be like, holy shit, you know? Because I'm the same way. There's times where like I go back and I'm like, this movie seems totally different than I remember at times, you know? Mm-hmm. But it's still it's a fun one, no doubt. But yeah, dude, I almost forgot, bro, that the damn stream was today, bro. Because I was like, holy shit, it is the first already. I know we took a break last week, but yeah, man, this was definitely a wild one. I was telling him, I was like, this one like terrified my grandmother and my mom, dude. Like this one just like, I feel like freaked a lot of people out. Like just the thought of like people living in the walls and shit. And he's like, because you never know too. I think another thing that creep people out is just not knowing what might be living in your neighbor's house. You know what I mean? Like you never know, like they just seem like these freaking weird white people.
Lay the premise on me, because honestly, I forget. Like I totally fucking forget the movie. I remember like the vibe of it. I'm gonna shut this fucking light off, but I can hear you.
Oh, no, you're good. The what is it? So it's basically the premise is there's this family, and it's a little black boy and his mother who's dying, and like their sister and his sister's boyfriend, they're about to be evicted from their like apartment complex because they're 3 days late on their rent. And he said the evictors are saying if you don't pay 3 times as much, like they have to pay 3 times as much what they owe, or they're kicking them out, basically because they want to just condemn the building to build a new one to get like all the poverty people out of there.
Right.
And because they're sick, like all the stuff they own is getting robbed by all like the lower class people. Their liquor store just got robbed, their convenience store or whatever gets robbed, and they're just like through with it. They're like trying to get like a new crowd into their neighborhood that they basically kind of like own. And so they're evicting these people, and Ving Rhames, who robbed that liquor store, he goes to the little boy saying like, like you got to figure out like they could save your mom, but you don't have the money. So your mom's going to die because we don't have the money. They could easily save her, but she's going to die with this cancer in her because we have no money. And now they're going to kick her out. So you got to be a man and provide. And we're going to go like hit this, we're going to go rob this house. And he's like, but it's not just, your regular house. It's the house of the people that are evicting us. Because when they robbed that liquor store, he must have found some map. And this map is supposed to have like basically like kind of like a buried treasure thing in a way.
All right.
They must like these rich people are just so greedy for money, but they're not really spending it. They're just like hoarding it in their basement somewhere. And It's funny too because that's like all they're like, oh, money, more money, you know. But they don't seem like they're really using it. They just want to have more and more of it. And
Right.
so they go up in this house though to try and rob it, and the house is just covered in locks, like covered in bars, and it looks like people aren't meant to get in, but it's more that they're trying to keep people inside of it, you know. So it has a lot of fucked up shit. And then you think like they got this little girl that they're like kind of like holding captive, but then you find out that there's like this dude that lives in the wall that she's like eating from time to time. And then you think it's just like one dude. Then they go in the basement. And it's literally like a horde of all these people, and some of them kind of like have taken on this look where they almost look like kind of like weird creature like things. I don't know, man, like almost like zombies or something, but not really, you know. But they just look fucked up. They've been living in the basement, like living on probably like human remains or whatever the hell they decide to leave for them, you know. So
I remember it seems like it was on TV like all the time when we were kids.
I wouldn't doubt it. I do remember seeing it on Showtime and Stars or one of those all the time. But once they decide to go like rob the house, they get stuck in the house. And it's like it's like a white guy, Ving Rhames, and then the little black boy. The white guy gets knocked out quick, and the two are kind of running around for a while. Then Ving Rhames gets got, and the little black boy, who this kid's like probably like 10 years old, and he's like running around this house. So it's pretty scary to see. I mean, it's crazy that the little kid is like basically like the star in the movie. But,
right. Well, when I hear that name, like that's the face that I picture. I was trying to figure out what he's from, and he's from a bunch of shit. He was in the Mighty Ducks, and he was in Sandlot. Yeah. He was the little badass kid in Sandlot.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was great in Mighty Ducks too. He was badass in that. I liked.
Right, just like I'm looking at his face right now. Like the kid was a part of my childhood. You know what I mean? Yeah. That kid was in a lot of shit growing up for sure. How old are you? You're a little bit younger than me and Robbie, right?
27. I'll be 28 in April. So
right. So I got 10 years on your ass.
I'm not as young as most people think, but I'm still pretty young, I guess. But I know a lot of people think I'm a little bit younger, but not as young as my man Comics Kings. I think he still got me. But
we were talking shit about Brandon on my show today, which will be airing tomorrow with Nick from Comic Culture. If you want to hear us talk shit about Brandon, or actually just me, and I was just fucking with him. So hells yeah, man. How you been, man?
Dude, I've been good, man. Just chilling, man, and trying to take it day by day, working and shit. Just trying to watch some Cobra Kai. I gotta finish. I got like halfway through the season,
Dude, that's one I've never caught up on.
Have you watched any of it?
No, I looked yesterday and it's like it's on season 4. I'm like, Jesus Christ, they're just pumping these things out. Like I need to catch up.
My girl's like season 4. I was like, I know. I was like, I thought they were on like season 3 at least, because I knew that it's been a little bit, but it's like it feels like yesterday that like season 1 came out. But the thing is, it came out first. I always forget that it came out first on YouTube, and then because it like. No, like I'm sure people were watching it, but not as many, because no one's gonna buy, the YouTube subscription just for one show. You know what I mean? Station, brother.
Hey, Berno's here. What's up, buddy?
What up, dude? Dylan was crushing it. I was like, I don't even know why I joined him. I was fucking with his flow, but I was like, I figure I'd pop in for a bit.
I didn't have much more in me, bro. So thank you, Berno. Like,
sorry about that. There was a possible tornadic activity heading in my area, but it weakened. So
you took care of it.
We're clear. I didn't take care of it. All I did was just watch the news and be like ready to grab my cat and throw it in the fucking bathtub and just hunker down.
Right. You got a basement, man?
No, top floor of an apartment building.
Oh, bro. Fuck yes, yeah. My buddy was saying recently, he lives in New York, and I mentioned something that's nice having a basement. He's like, yeah, what's it matter? It's like, bro, if you live in the Midwest, it's nice to have a basement. If you need to get the fuck out of Dodge.
People that have houses around here, like they sell tornado shelters all the time. That stuff comes through here. It's come through 89. It hit like just like over the main road, just like literally like 2 miles from where I live right now, got devastated by a tornado. And like when they happened, there was one in 74. There was the stuff in 2011. We didn't have power for an entire week after that. And so we kind of are like, we hear the sirens and we're kind of like, whatever. But then I looked at the news and I was like, oh shit, that's like right in my direction. I was like, sorry, Dylan. We're good though. We're good. I was just worried about my cat, man. She didn't know what's going on, you know?
Right.
She's not gonna like me just grabbing her up and throwing her in the bathroom. But
man, I figured if you had to bounce out, it was definitely something serious because I know you just go check it and come right back. So I was like, damn, bro, I hope it ain't.
Well, there were like 90-mile-an-hour winds heading right in my area. They were like on Martin Road, and like Martin Road is like if I turned the camera and there were no walls, you could see it, right? So I was like, oh, I need to pay attention to this. But we're good. We're good though. So
good thing, bro.
Just hard rain now. It weakened, so.
Well, I'll stick with you guys while you guys do the horror news. Then I'll dip out when you guys jump into the movie.
Have you not seen the movie?
Dude, we were just talking about it. Like, I loved the shit out of this movie when I was a kid, but all I remember is that there was people under the stairs and there was a little black kid from Sandlot in it. And that's all I fucking remember.
I wish I knew because I literally told Robbie, I was like, dude, I would have asked Verno to join because I had Link and Fable coming, but they had to back out. And I was like, damn, I wish I would have asked you because I didn't know. I actually thought I did ask you, and I was gonna message you. I was like, no, I don't think I did ask him.
Verno, just consider yourself on retainer. You should just be prepared every week.
You should.
I try to. I mean, just as a fan of the show, I try and watch what you guys are watching if I can, for sure.
That's awesome.
It's been a busy week, obviously. The end of the holidays, the end of the year, beginning of the new year, New Year's Eve. I actually didn't watch it until this afternoon.
Me either. Same.
So this is the freshest I've ever been on Dylan's Horror Show.
I literally was watching it right before. So
that's a good description, Bobby. That's great.
But yeah, bro, you're always invited. So.
Thanks, man.
Well, People Under the Stairs is a little bit like Home Alone, right? It's like an inverted.
That's what I was gonna describe it as Cerebro, like it's Home Alone, kind of.
It's like an inverted Home Alone. It's interesting. The kid's also the burglar, you know.
Right, that's funny.
There's traps, you know. He has, you know, they have to get they like shock the shit out of themselves. Also, first time Ving Rhames has to deal with a psycho in a bondage suit, right? Before Pulp Fiction. So there you go.
Hell yeah.
Have you started the horror news, Dylan? Did you have any?
No, I did start it, but there really wasn't much, honestly, man. So I was just saying, like, the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City came on digital, like, so you can rent that at home. I know NECA announced they're doing a Krampus figure. That was one of their most recent announces, and I'm pumped for that because it's like the Krampus movie by I always forget, is it Mike Daughtry or Brad, the guy who did Trick or Treat?
Yeah, Mike.
I always because there's like the singer and then there's the Daughtry that's which I think the singer is Chris Daughtry, I forget, but whatever. But
Trick or Treat was badass, I know that.
Yeah,
but I love Krampus, so that is definitely a figure I'm gonna have to freaking get, man. I gotta get that. Actually, still, dude, I gotta get my freaking 2 Puppet Master NECAs I got at the comic shop, bro.
Hell yeah, you do.
I finally put together my Hawkeye figure there. I don't know if you can see it very well. Been sitting in a box for a long ass time. Yeah, I'll grab it.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it.
Did you like the show?
I fucking loved it.
Dude, me too, bro. That was probably I think that honestly, that was my favorite of the Marvel TV shows, like, period.
That's nice.
That's that and Loki.
That's Endgame Hawkeye, huh?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's got the hawk.
It's got the whole like Ronin setup. You can put the sword on. You can get the little hood and shit and all that. Yeah, it's pretty fucking dope.
It's dope.
Sick, dude.
But dude, I thought Hawkeye ended so well. Like, it was like, it started out good. I'm like, oh, this is cute. I like this. It's, you know, flowing nicely, entertaining, and then like bam, bam, bam. Episode 4 or episode 5 and 6 which I rewatched last night. I was like, this is great. Like, I don't know what you guys thought. Or Dylan, you said you liked it. Did you say you enjoyed it, Robbie?
I mean, yeah, I liked it. The only thing I didn't like was Kingpin. Like, I think if that would have been like, say, Hammerhead or some schlubby villain like that, the Owl, something like that, it would have worked more for me. Like, I feel like the threat level of Kingpin, he was more comic booky. They made him look bigger, right? He's wearing the comic book accurate stuff. But I was very disappointed in the return of Kingpin because I was like, are you serious? That's what we're getting?
They said though that I do because I think that he should have definitely whooped on Kate a lot harder. You know, maybe like Kate should still survive, but I think
right. And I like Kate, and I think Kate could take eventually Kate will be able to take Wilson in a fight. Right?
Yeah,
and I
like not this quick.
It's so comical compared to the take from the Daredevil show.
Yeah, right.
You get what I'm saying? That's
a continuation. They said that the Netflix is canon. Or Vincent D'Onofrio said that it's canon. There's like an article.
He can say that all he wants.
Right.
They don't care about that. This is soft reboot, bro. This is soft reboot.
Well, they're rebooting it because he got blipped, basically. So he kind of lost a lot of his empire, they're saying. Like when the blip happened.
Frickin' explain that.
I know. Well, he explains it, but I know they should explain it. Maybe they will.
So now we gotta listen to all the Vincent D'Onofrio interviews so we can fully appreciate the show and all of its nuance.
Maybe that in the next Marvel project that he's in, they're gonna, because we didn't see Elena get blipped until the Hawkeye show, and then with that, then it's like, well, maybe we'll get that, and we'll be like, oh, that now all that makes sense.
That being said, I like the show. It's my third favorite of those Marvel shows that Disney Plus has done. It's right behind Loki, and I still think WandaVision's the best of them all. Yeah. But that's just me. I know people don't like it, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, everyone's got their own.
Well, dude, I'm happy to be able to ask you this because it's weird. Like when I saw Kingpin, I just saw the way he was like, he seems like a superhuman. He seems like a mutant or something. But immediately after I watched the show, I went and I watched like Screen Crush and New Rocks, just like the people that do the good breakdowns on YouTube. And I'm waiting for someone to like give me their theories, and no one mentioned it. It's like dude's getting shot in the chest and he just pulls the arrow out, and maybe that's armor. Dude grabs a door and rips it off the hinges. Yeah. It's like, and he gets fucking hit by a car and he's just fine. Like, does Kingpin have superpowers? I know that there's speculation that even in the comics that he's a mutant or whatever. Like, what the hell's going on with that?
It's just comic booky. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's more comic book accurate because they do that stuff to Kingpin. Right. There is no canon reason for him to have these powers. They always went back in the day. They used to go like far and above and beyond to always remember or to remind people that Wilson Fisk lifts weights. He works out. Okay, he's super strong. He's big, and most of his 400-pound frame is muscle. They would always say that on the back of the trading cards and stuff. So I think that they were leaning more into that. That's why he's dressed. To me, he felt like a dime store Kingpin, right? Like I get like Kingpin. There's two different Kingpins in comics, so it makes sense that there's two different Kingpins here, right? You have the Kingpin from like this mostly in like say Spider-Man comics, where he's like almost near superhuman, and he's kind of like a parody of the mafia villain and this and that, but then you have like the Frank Miller with the Kingpin you mostly see in Daredevil post Frank Miller, right? Where he's a little bit more methodical, a little bit more intelligent, a little bit more hands-off, a little bit more threatening, a little bit more visceral and raw. That's what we got in that Daredevil show. We got the Spidey version in this one, which is cool. Right. I mean, I'm glad that he was there. I think it's cool. And I think that if they allow it to have room to develop, it could develop well. But they didn't build up enough of Maya, her story, and her connection to him. If you read that David Mack comic book, Daredevil Parts of a Whole, which is outside of the original Frank Miller stuff and Born Again and his original run with the Elektra saga, I think it's my favorite Daredevil book. Like I love Parts of a Whole. It's the introduction of Maya Lopez. And that story is so much heart. And to introduce the character here, that's cool. You can still do that with the Daredevil. That would be interesting. But like there was heart in the Wilson Maya relationship that they told us was there, but I didn't feel like it was there. Like it was really half-assed at the end, even when he goes,
I
love you.
I didn't really care about that though. I didn't really care. I feel like that's just there just to bring him in. Because I don't understand why Echo's getting a show, even honestly. I guess it's more maybe to set up Daredevil.
Well, what if Echo is the soft reboot of Daredevil?
Yeah, that's what I could see, but
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
See, I was wondering if like him and like even like Kazi were sipping on some soldier serum, because who the fuck catches arrows out of the midair? When he did that, I was like, oh, super soldier.
Because he would do that in a comic book. That's
right.
Like, there is no explanation, right? Like, why does Batman do it? I guess Wilson Fisk is trained for 10, 12 years as well. Like, I don't know. Like, somebody needs to give us the full, like, Bruce Jones did a really good kind of like history of Kingpin story. Was that Bruce Jones or that Greg Rucka? I don't remember which one it was. There was a Kingpin book. It was either Bruce Jones or Greg Rucka. I'm getting confused now. However, they were kind of telling his backstory, and he was kind of bullied, and he had to come up and become like Tony Soprano or whatever. This just felt like a younger iteration of Kingpin, and not like in the Daredevil show. He's up there, glitz and glamour. He's got like he's really threatening in that, and he's got some real issues, right? And there's a nature to him that I felt was just missing here, but it's because the tone of the Daredevil show is completely not the tone of the Hawkeye show. And so I get it. So I was just like, maybe you should have saved him then, or maybe just like revealed him at the end and not really like had him be the final boss.
I was glad though that they showed him more, because I feel like in everything we just like see like one episode worth or like a tease at the end. I was like, I mean, or Kang, we got like a whole episode at the end, but so I feel like that's what they do though, like tease.
Yeah, but we didn't meet Kang, right? So imagine if we didn't meet Kingpin, we just knew that at the end. Like imagine at the end, like you find out, oh, the mom's the one who's setting it all up, and you finish that story and let that have the weight, because that, first of all, I think took away the weight of the mom story, right? And it left Swordsman with like nothing to do but become a gag. It just became a bit in the final episode, which was cool. And I'd like to see that more, but I don't think we're going to get another Hawkeye show. Well, we probably will, but not with, I don't know if Clint will be in it. I don't know.
I think it's going to be Kate going to the West Coast. Either that or they'll just skip it all and do the Young Avengers, which they're clearly going to do.
Like, I don't think we'll ever get Swordsman again. So I think the Kingpin thing took away from the impact of that story. But like, if they would have just had that happen and then be like, oh, but she was actually working for Kingpin. And you could thread Maya's story more with that rather than her obsession with like Kate and Clint. Like, let that turn and be her narrative. And then like, it could have worked. It was maybe a little messy in its final act overall, but still a fun show.
I think the last episode was like my favorite episode, though. I get what you're saying. This is one of those, like, you have way more familiarity with Kingpin, and I even kind of forget what he was like in the Daredevil show, but I was like thoroughly entertained by all that shit. Like I really enjoyed. And you're right.
He showed up in season 2. Matt shows up in prison, and Kingpin just like beats the shit out of him in the interrogation room.
I quit watching that show after like episode 4, season 2. Like when they introduced Punisher, I could not get into that shit. Like, dude, I couldn't get into it.
There's a whole episode where he has to go and talk to Wilson, and Wilson just goes, I will get out of here and I will kill you. And he grabs Matt Murdock and just slams his face down at the table and just kicks like whips his ass bad, bro. Like Wilson, remember when in the first season when he kills that dude with the car door?
Right, yeah.
Come on, man. Is that this Kingpin?
for sure, yeah. See,
I love Kate's story. They 100% nailed Kate. Like they got Kate down to a T, and that was really thrilling. And it gave some dimension to Hawkeye that we didn't have, and then the idea of his wife being Agent 19, which is supposed to be Mockingbird. So I guess technically she's Mockingbird, which now officially Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s not canon, guys. We've been telling you that for a long time. They swindled us. They swindled you because they promised, remember, that it was.
She was in that show? Mockingbird was?
Yeah. Bobby Morse, Mockingbird. But this is a different whatever. I'm just saying they swindled us with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Do you remember when that first came out and we thought that was going to be like, Thor would be showing up or some shit? Like, I don't know what we thought. Like, they fooled us, man.
They put Nick Fury and Coulson in the first episode. Well, Coulson was in the whole thing, but yeah, they were trying to do that. And then once it got rolling, the MCU just wanted to kind of distance themselves from it. It seemed.
So in the MCU, Coulson's still dead, technically.
Right.
People don't come back, right? So.
Right. Well, hey, I'm gonna let you guys do your show. I just wanted to pop in, but hell's yeah, I'm gonna watch that movie that you sent me. I'm excited about it. I don't want to spoil what it is for next week on Dylan's Horror Show, but hell's yeah, I'm excited about that.
It'll be a fun one, bro.
Peace out, Verno.
Take it easy, guys.
Hey,
good seeing you.
Thanks for saving me, brother. Thanks.
You bet. Yeah, thanks for letting me join. I'll see you,
brother. Happy New Year, man.
All right, got a new segment at the end of horror news. Dylan to know about this, but this week in horror comics. First of all, we got Stray Dogs Dog Days, issue number 1. First part of a 2-issue miniseries going back into... Yes, it's a prequel to Stray Dogs, in which you're getting little tiny short stories of each of the dogs' kind of origins in a way, or a look into their previous lives, right? So that's really cool. Got the Creep Show cover.
Dude, so jealous of that.
Ice Cream Man 27. This issue is freaking fantastic. Kafka did the book Metamorphosis, where a dude turns into a bug slowly. This is about a cockroach turning slowly into a human. And he winds up having to go to couples counseling and meet quotas at work. And it's like the most terrifying thing to a bug to become human, right? And then we've got Swamp Thing, Green Hell, number 1 by Jeff Lemire, Doug Mankey. This was my pick of the week. Dylan, this book is awesome. It's set in the future. Yeah, it's dope. It's set in the future, and humanity's on the brink of destruction. And the Rot, the Red, and the Green have decided to work together to create a new avatar, a new iteration of Swamp Thing, whose sole purpose is to kill the last remaining vestiges of humanity. Bruh. Let me just show you a piece of art here.
I'm going to make you big. Oh, wow.
Look at that, bro.
Wow, that's nice and dark, too. I like those colors.
Yeah, it's really good. David Barron's the colorist. That book's great, and that is Horror Comics this week, y'all. Pick those up.
Hell yeah, bro. That's awesome. Hotel Season 2 came out, too, didn't it?
Not this week. I think it's next week, though.
Oh, issue 1?
Oh, issue 1 was like a few weeks ago.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to read that.
Oh, that's good stuff, man.
I don't have really a pull anymore. I just don't have the money, bro. It sucks.
I understand.
Because I told my shop I wanted to get there was a couple books I wanted, and then I didn't come in for a minute, and he just stopped pulling them. So my shit got all fucked up, and I was like, dude, I told you to pull these, man. So now when I come in, my Batman book, my shit got all fucked up, and I was like, dude, I've been collecting these for a while, and there were certain books I wanted to keep going, or at least finish the arcs off, and you just fucked it all up for me. So I basically was like, dude, I don't even know if I want to buy any of these books, because now I'm gonna buy what is that Scotty Young book, The Me You Love in the Dark or whatever. So I'm gonna buy it, and I get up to issue 3, and I'm never gonna get the rest.
Well, Diamond actually shorted us issue 5, the final issue of that. My comic shop, I got to read it, but my comic shop, we got shorted, so my customers still haven't had it.
Dude, there's so many books, bro, that I'd get shorted, and I'd buy the entire series or the entire miniseries, and then issue 5 I would get fucked on, and I couldn't get the entire, I would never get it. So I'm I just spent this money, and I couldn't even get to finish it or color. That would piss me off so much, bro. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
And when you could literally, so I spent $20 on 4 books, didn't even get to finish the whole arc, when I could buy it for 10 in a couple months and on trade,
I know, man.
So there's some things about that piss me off, but it was literally I just had a couple books still on my.
If there's anything you're still looking for, Dylan, shoot me a list, man.
Oh, for sure.
You know me. You know we'll take care of you, man.
Yeah. No, I know, man. I appreciate it.
Look in the back of Stray Dogs. My dog Jerry Lewis is in there. Hell yeah.
That's a cool
that's one
cover,
thing.
too.
To fill out the page count, they put in a bunch of pictures of people's dogs towards the end, which I thought was super cool.
Yeah, I like that. Dude, I wonder, because I put pictures of mine in there. I wonder if mine's in there.
What's your dog's name?
I doubt it, because so many people probably send them pics, but I wonder if mine made it.
There's a dog in here named Robbie, by the way.
Is there? Yeah. Is there a dog named Bane?
I'm looking.
I actually started to read the issue because I bought.
There's Jerry Lewis.
I started to actually
look at that
read
pretty ass dog, man.
That is. I love that they put like people's dogs in there. I really like how much.
There's a story in here with a cat, because you know me, I'm a cat guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I like dogs too, but I prefer cats personally. It's just me, because I only have so much attention to give. But there's a story in here with a cat and a dog, and it's really cool. Like they have this like relationship where the cat and the dog are always fighting, and the cat's always like scratching the dog and shit.
Yeah.
And then the caretaker gets killed. You know the their owner, their person, their human gets killed, and the dog gets captured, and then the cat's just left alone, and the cat's like reminiscent about its friend the dog, how much he misses him. It's like so sad, man. Anyway,
that is, bro.
Slight spoilers there. So
I love that. I love that series, man. I gotta try and get that Creep Show cover, bro. Did they sell out of that one? Dude, both my dogs are in it.
Dude, that's awesome. Really?
Both of them, bro. Because I sent them that. That's Bane and Riley. Because I was like, I can't just do one. Ooh, that's sick. Dude, I gotta get that book now, bro. Yo, you got the Creep Show cover for me?
I don't know. I'll be back at work Monday.
I gotta own that shit, bro. Damn, of course, the fucking one book I got, it's got my dogs in it.
Oh, yeah.
No, I love the creators of that.
Right there. That's awesome, man. Look at that. You didn't even know that, Dylan.
Yeah, because I remember they were like, I was like, dude, I'm going to send
that sweet-ass cover. And then, like, what is it? Mill Creek Comics or whatever, the comic Tom's associated with, they had an exclusive Reanimator homage.
Oh, really?
Bruh,
dude, that's sweet. That's Jesus. Sweet. Hey, Happy New Year, Scarphead.
I want that so bad. I think you could only get it on Whatnot or some shit like that. I don't know.
God, thanks. Like,
I'll get that on eBay. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Because I remember on the last issue, it said something like, if you want, like send us pictures of your dogs. And I did. Because I was like, that'd be so cool. Because I love the book so much, bro. It's like it's just so heartfelt, bro. So yeah, let me know if they got that Creep Show one, man.
Yeah, I'll check.
If they do, man, I'll grab that and then the horror. Because I thought that was just a one shot, but I'll get the next issue too, since it's only a 2-issue arc, and I'll just cash app you the money or whatever once it comes.
Happy New Year, Scarpan.
Yeah, that's cool though, bro. Funny, I had a feeling. I was like, man, check and see if they're in there, because I totally forgot I did that. I was like, man, if they don't make it this one, they'll make it in the next one. That's cool that they.
This year's already looking up, Dylan, right?
Right. My freaking sweet boy Bane. So cool. But yeah, man.
Let's do the dirty deed, Dylan. Let's do it. Let's put this movie on the operating table.
Yes, sir.
Let's slice it the hell open.
Right.
Let's talk about this underappreciated masterpiece.
Dude, I love that you got the same cover too. This one, this is a cool cover, but
I wish I had the slip, man. I had the slip.
Because I like this cover, but it's not. I love the original. That original cover is awesome. And the original cover is not like anything crazy, but it's just like the skull and the house. Like, I don't know.
It looks so good. I remember seeing this at the video store, bro, and just being transfixed by it, man.
Yeah.
This was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. This came out in 91. I would have been like 10 years old, and I would have been really watching it on VHS like the year later, right? So 11, 12, 13-year-old Robbie, this was on constant repeat. I love this movie. It disturbed me. My parents loved this movie. This was one of those like movie night family movies.
Really?
In our household.
Yeah,
back in those
my
days.
Dad and mom liked that one too. It scared the fuck out of my grandmother, which is like the fun. Like, I always make fun of her for that because it literally like terrifies her. But yeah, this is a good one, bro, because it kind of like, it feels like the more serious take of the Burbs, you know, because it says like in the tag is in this neighborhood, there's the one house that adults whisper about and children cross the street to avoid. You know what I mean?
And it's so true.
Yeah.
It's a common trope because it works so much. And you're right. I didn't even think of the comparison with the Burbs, but you are spot on with that. To me, I was comparing it to like Home Alone, like an inverted Home Alone, right?
Too, with the kid.
Yeah. But like right there with you, the Burbs, man, it's that house nobody wants to go to. It's creepy. It's weird, you know, and it just so happens to be connected to this other story because they're the landlords of this, you know, building they're trying to get torn down to build these condominiums, right? They're trying. It's about gentrification, and in true Wes Craven fashion. This is why I love Wes Craven.
Yeah,
he's always making these movies, and he would say, even if I'm making a B movie, I want it to say something, right? And he's always been really on the nose about trying to figure out where society is, what's going on, and in this movie even picks up on themes like from Candyman. Right? This is a great movie, bro.
It is. It is. They don't make directors like this like no more, man. Like Wes Craven, George Romero. Wes Craven got a little bit more in the mainstream because of Freddy, I feel like. But we're talking about directors that they weren't just making a movie just to put like gore on the screen. They were trying to say something when they were making these movies. You know what I mean? Like they always had kind of a background agenda, and it wasn't always forced. You know, it wasn't like just in your face. Some maybe more than others, but a lot of times maybe, you know, it was enough where someone like me or you, we can see it, but then there's other people where they could watch it and not really think nothing of it. You know, it didn't really ruin the movie where it was trying to just be shoved down your throat. You know what I mean? That's what I miss. Where like the Candyman remake, I feel like they're just shoving the political agenda down your throat. You know what I mean?
And well, this one, it feels like it's not even like
the remake though, not the original.
No,
the original did it incredibly.
Yeah, it's different when you feel like it's a piece of the art and it's an observation made on society rather when it's like trying to be some kind of propaganda manipulative type thing, right? Yeah. That's the difference. You can tell when they're trying to force in a message versus when they're just making observations.
Yeah.
Right. And like there's observations and judgment cast in this movie. And I love it, man. So this movie, Dylan, came out in 1991, right? November 1st, the day after Halloween.
90. Wow. Really?
Cost $6 million to make. It made about close to $32 million. So it was a relative success for its time. It had mixed critical reviews, but it had a positive response overall from the audience. And this was one of those ones that's actually written and directed by Wes Craven. So this is a true like vision of what he's trying to do. And it's also got a farcical nature to it. It's a comedy in a lot of parts. It's a kid's movie in a lot of parts. And in a lot of other parts, it's this grotesque thing. And it's like a George Romero-esque commentary on society, man.
That's because I always remembered it just being so scary when I was younger. Then when I watched it a little bit later on, I was like, this isn't like, it definitely has it without 100% doubt. But I was like, it has some silliness to it. You know what I mean? This feels like almost like if Macaulay Culkin like walked into, you know, the Wet Bandits house and tried to rob the Wet Bandits or something. You know what I mean? It feels like thrown upside down on its head. But I was saying earlier too, and Bobby, I'm glad you agree, because he's like, I don't think they could remake this in today's political climate. So I was like, this is one I don't think no one has the balls to remake. I just don't think and if they do have the balls, they are not going to do it justice. There's no fucking way. No way.
More remakes. Come on, guys. No more remakes. Let's stop this shit.
Original works. Have your own original concepts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sick of remakes. Like, this is not Wes Craven trying to remake something. This is him doing his own thing. And actually, his entire career is him doing. But I'm trying to think. I don't want to say for sure, but I believe everything he ever did was his own thing. The only remake he maybe did was like the remake of his own work and New Nightmare, which that technically isn't. You know,
he gets meta.
It's just meta.
Yeah, he likes to get meta. Scream's a little bit meta, and Scream borrows a lot from previous horror films. But usually, whenever he's always doing something original. He doesn't do a remake, but whenever he does homage and reference things throughout his career, which is great. But man, when we lost Wes Craven, that really hurt me, man. And like, I really think he is a true master of horror. Where even his lesser considered films, like say People Under the Stairs, like this isn't a movie that people really talk about a lot nowadays.
They should.
It's a movie that a lot of people, like Verno said, like me, I was like, I used to love that movie. I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah,
this is something that should be on the rotation, man, more often.
It's one, man, like this is one I gotta watch like every year, man. This is one that was a must-have when I saw it was a Scream Factory release. And it was one that's like literally like it was like $14 for so fucking long. Like, so this is one that you should without a doubt own like in your collection, especially like for the price. I don't know how much it is now, but
earlier last year, I bought like for $10, I bought just the bare bone version. Yeah. And then you're like, oh man, the Scream Factory version's like on sale for $15.
Yeah.
Bruh, I bought it like that day. I had 2 copies. I don't remember what happened to the other one. I think I gave it away to someone.
Right. I probably gave it to Brooks or something.
Brooks or J Strick or something.
Might have done it for a giveaway or something. I want to say I remember it. Might be wrong though. But yeah, I am sick of that being the new norm to Tea House. So I hope it don't last much longer, but I'm sure it will because nobody nowadays can write their own fucking creative shit. They just want to remake everything.
Well, the problem is it's just like music. The mainstream stuff is the mainstream stuff. It's just like comics, but the indie stuff, it's up to us to try to find it, right?
Yeah.
That's why this year, some of the best films that I watched for the first time were movies that were recommended to me that I'd never heard about. Movies like from Bob, Shogun Assassin, from You, Haunt, and Better Watch Out, right? Like those are like 2 movies that like more people need to talk about. And that's why we do this horror show. People Under the Stairs more known than those other 2. But y'all, if you haven't watched this movie in a while, you should recheck it out because it's wild. It's funny. It's gruesome. It's saying something, but it's saying something with a nod and a wink. It's Wes Craven at just juggling all these different elements. Like Last House on the Left hits a lot of things, but it ain't a funny movie.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like this one is, man. And it's inspired, like Wes Craven heard a story back in the 70s of these people, like somebody, like somehow the cops randomly showed up at their house. They wound up going in to search. They found that there were these 2 kids stuck in the basement. Wes Craven was saying, like, all of my movies are real. He's like, even in their wildest nature, this is like, for instance, with this movie, the idea of crazy ass fucking people keeping kids in a basement, that shit happens, man.
Yeah.
And like, we like to look at it and it's fun to watch it in a movie and shit, but let us not forget that the reason why he makes those movies is because that shit happens, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. It does. I was saying earlier too, when you went away, I was like, this is one of those movies where it's like, you have no idea who you might be living next to, like this one, if I saw somebody with fucking the shit they had, like locked the bars and the shit, and they make it seem where it's like, well, they live in a bad neighborhood, so that's why they don't want people like robbing their house. But it's like, no, they don't care about people getting in. They're trying to keep something locked inside. They don't want something getting out, and that's another thing that I really like about it, where everyone's like, oh man, they must be really taking precautions that, they don't want no one getting in, but it's like, nah, bro, like it's for a different reason, which I love, man.
Yeah. And they don't live in a bad area of town, right? It's just kind of like part of the commentary there is, at the time, especially, there was this rise in suburban homes getting robbed and shit. So like, they were trying, like, it's like that. There's that part where the police all show up. So somebody calls and says, yo, these people are abusing children. They show up. First of all, notice how many cops show up to this white family's house, right? All these cops show up and they're drinking coffee. She's making them cookies and shit, right? And they're just like, oh, we're so sorry. But there's this moment where she goes, it's like, we're the prisoners. and the criminals are roaming free, you know, and that was a mentality that a lot of people had in the late 80s, early 90s, in suburban America, middle class America, where like the view was that crime is rampant. Just read some of those Punisher comics from back in those days, and you'll get an idea of the zeitgeist of the time about gang violence and how it was encroaching upon middle America. It's a wild time, man. I remember being a kid being like, man, this world's awesome.
Yeah.
Death Wish, baby.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely saying a few things, man. But I love to think that, you know, like they're blowing off gunshots and just nobody's coming. You know what I mean? They're just he's blowing off gunshots all day, running through the house like in that goddamn S&M suit. Just going nuts, bro. Just going ape shit, bro.
There's that moment when Fool gets away for the first time, and the daddy, because they don't have any names, right? But daddy goes back inside, and you hear mommy say, go to your room and get your suit on. Like, what's going on there? And their brother and sister.
Yeah.
And I was watching some of the bonus features, and what's her name? It's Wendy Robbie. Wendy Robbie was talking about how in her head, the story that they put together was that they killed their parents, and now they're just mimicking what they think the perfect family is supposed to be.
Yeah.
With the mommy and the daddy and the perfect kids and this and that. And dude, so twisted, so messed up. And we got to point out real quick before we really get going here that Everett McGill, who we know from Silver Bullet as the priest werewolf, and Wendy Robbie here had just come off. They like took a weekend off and started filming this movie from Twin Peaks because they were a couple on Twin Peaks. Remember, she's the one with the eye patch, and he's the one having the affair with the lady at the diner. Yeah. And if you like their campy nature in this movie, check out Twin Peaks if you haven't.
Which is like in the show or one of the movies?
In the show.
In the show.
The original
I've never actually watched the show, man. It's one I've been really always wanted to watch.
You'll love it, man. You should watch the show. We should do a whole episode about it.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Did they reboot the show?
They did like a continuation of it on Showtime.
Continuation,
but I haven't seen that yet. So I plan on rewatching the show and doing that. So that should be one of our 2022 goals, Dylan. Here, I think Twin Peaks coverage, like the coverage of Twin Peaks, is totally appropriate for this show.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. So I always wondered if it was kind of like the X-Files or something. I don't know. I never knew really much about it.
You've never seen a show like this, bro.
Never.
If you like this movie, you'll love it because it's weirdly mysterious. It's quirkily funny. It's odd and awkward. It's parodying the nighttime soap opera shit like Dynasty and Dallas and shit. It's parodying this kind of a thing, but it's doing it in a very weird, surreal, cerebral at times kind of way. Really good show, man.
Wow, yeah, I'll have to check that out. I wonder, it might be on Hulu or something. But damn, Bobby was saying my brother-in-law has lived across the street from Bob Berdella. He was a serial killer in Missouri. One of his victims escaped and went to their house to call police. That's crazy.
That's damn crazy, man.
That's fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. That's wild. That symbol change sucks too.
It's just temporary.
Yeah, I'm sure. And because it would be temporary even if they thought about really changing it, because people are going to go ape shit. The return is batshit crazy, Gary said. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I want to see that. I've been wanting to really see it, get into it, because the show starts off super strong, Dylan. It kind of loses its footing because the whole show revolves around a mystery of who killed this girl, Laura Palmer. Okay. And they were forced by the network to reveal the killer way before they didn't. The plan was for the whole show to be wrapped around this mystery. Yeah. Right. But they were like the audience, you know, we didn't have binge TV back then. Like, we were watching this shit week to week. And if you missed an episode, you fucking missed an episode. You know what I'm saying? So like building up something like this that's very like connected and put together and in such the way that Twin Peaks is put together is so wild to me, man. I definitely, dude, I think you'll really, really like it, man. I think
how many seasons is it?
They just did 2. The thing is, they revealed the killer, and the show lost its footing for a moment. They didn't know what to do. Then they pulled it together, but at that point, it was over. Audience had left, and they pulled the show.
Oh wow!
But they got to go back to it years later and do the return. So
yeah,
I'm excited to see it. I didn't watch it when it first came out. I want to do a rewatch of the whole series. But right now, I'm still in the middle of my rewatch of Cobra Kai. I'm in the middle of season 3, and I'm ready for season 4. That's my plan tomorrow. To do nothing but watch Cobra Kai and meal prep. So there.
Nice. Yeah, that's probably what I want to watch the rest because I'm on like episode 4. I got to finish season 4, so I can't wait to finish that tonight. That's probably what I'll be doing. But yeah, thanks, Jerome. Yeah, I gotta get some posters or something for the back. But yeah,
some lights.
I don't mind. I like all the Blu-rays back there, man. I got a lot of cool stuff back there, man. Wish I had some of my Funkos though, bro. A few of them at least. Like, fucking pissing me off with that shit, I tell you.
All right, so Dylan, overall, what did you think about the film on the revisit?
Dude, I loved it, man. I mean, I bought it. It'd been maybe I bought this movie. I bought the Blu-ray maybe like 6 to 8 months ago or something. So I think this was the first time I'd watched my Blu-ray, but I definitely watched this movie maybe like a year ago at the latest, or if not, maybe around the 6 to 8 months ago. So it'd been a while, but I love this movie, man. And you know, it's got a little bit of comedy in there, man. I love the child actor. I loved him in the Mighty Ducks when I was a kid, so you know he's a familiar face from my
Mighty
childhood.
Ducks, Sandlot, all my favorite sports
kids. Yeah, Sandlot too. Yeah, I forgot Bruno was telling me that. Yeah, you know, those are 2 just great films, both of those. So
that's Brandon Adams.
Get a little Ving Rhames, and it's crazy, man. He really holds up the film because you know he's in the whole thing, and he escapes the house and then has the balls to come back. I mean, I like the kid in this. You know, that's a big part. Child actors are so hit or miss, you know. And there was times when I was like, I'm not so sure about him, you know. But I think all in all, he does a pretty good job of holding his own in it. And honestly, man, for Wes Craven to do what he did and put like a little black kid to be the main like character, like hands off to him. Like I guarantee that was never done back then. I mean,
yeah, there's not many, especially back then, bro. Even today, there's not that many.
I know it's 91, but still, dude. Like, let's be real. Like, Wes Craven didn't care about like color or anything. He only cared about the purpose of the story. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I loved about him, bro. Like it was never about like, oh, you know what I mean? Like he just wanted to do the best story he can with the best actor. And I think the kid did a great job. I really do like him. And
the kid's amazing in this film.
The brother and sister who we get revealed, but you think they're husband and wife or whatever. They are incredible. You know, they without them two, it's just not the same movie either. You get the guy who plays Roach. You get Kate.
Was that Sean Whalen or Seth Whalen? Sean Whalen?
Yeah. What?
I think he was at Scarefest, actually. Pretty sure he was at Scarefest. But I didn't meet him.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
Damn.
Because it says he was in Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And
he's the dude in the car in Halloween 2 that he lifts up.
Oh, yeah. And he's in Hatchet 3. I forget what he's in that, but I know.
He's one of the paramedics. He's one of the medical examiners. That
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good on you for remembering that.
I'm a fan of the Hatchet film.
Yeah. There's some good actors in this, and you get, you know, freaking effects by K&B, Greg Nicotero, Howard Berger, and Robert Kurtzman, man. I mean, K&B, you know, that's just awesome.
I didn't realize that was them, bro.
Yep. They did it. There's like, you know, I feel like there's not a lot of special effects. There's more, like there's a few, like, you know, the guy, the white guy that's robbing the house with them, like when his hand gets smashed or whatever. And like, I think it's more the makeup effects for like the creature or the guys living in the basement.
Yeah. But when Ving Rhames' character is getting gutted, right? Like that scene is so gnarly, bro. And like the corpse that gets thrown down into that like nastiness is so badass. And then when Roach is bringing it up to like scare the people under the stairs away from Fool, that shit's awesome. And then I don't even remember what I was about to say, but that stuff is, and then the one thing that's so stupid to me in this movie is that the first guy gets killed by fright. Like what? That just cracks me up. Like all this movie, like there's cannibalism, there's like slasher stuff going on, there's shooting people, but this one dude just died of fright. Like,
right.
Like what the hell?
It says Everett McGill or Apex said Daddy was in the first Hellraiser movie. Is that true?
I don't think Everett was in Hellraiser, not the first one, but Frank called himself Daddy. Remember? He's like, "Come to Daddy. Come to Daddy."
That's what I didn't know.
Maybe that's what he's referencing.
Maybe, yeah, must be.
Or them. I don't want to assume.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a great film, man. Like this and Serpent and the Rainbow, man, are just totally slept on, dude. And that will be the next Wes Craven film we review, without a doubt.
You should put it on March Madness, bro. That's perfect for March Madness, man.
You got. Where is it?
Yeah, I totally have it. It's on the other wall though, so I can't go get it. It's in the other room. Yeah, man.
Love it, man. Love it. I love Bill Pullman, which actually I know I'd actually recently told you about a Bill Pullman movie that I do want to review soon.
Which one was that?
Lake Placid.
Oh yeah, Lake Placid. Oh, Betty White. We just lost Betty White, so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so we should do that when we were planning on it. So.
Let's see. Lake Placid actually has a Scream Factory release too.
Yeah, I know, and for a while there it was hard to get, but now I think it's easy to get again.
Yeah, you can get it easy. I got it pretty cheap too. No slip. I don't think it ever came with it. No, it did come with a slip because it is a collector's edition, but yeah, I got it. It might be fairly cheap, so definitely worth. Not a crazy amount of special features. It has new interviews with director Steve Miner, Bill Pullman, and director of photography, and new interviews with members of the special effects team.
Dude.
Which that's cool because Steve Miner, obviously legendary director of H2O, frickin' Friday Part 2, Friday Part 3, I believe. You get Stan Winston Studio did the big ass crocodile or alligator, whatever the hell it's called. So,
dude, peep this. So you mentioned a movie you wanted to do next week, and then maybe Lake Placid, right?
Yeah.
Well, if we did Lake Placid that week, right, it would be January 15th, which would be 2 days before Betty White's would-be 100th birthday.
Yeah.
So we should totally do it.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So then we'll stick
set
to
in stone.
And then, so we got
I'm proud of you, Dylan. I actually know what the next 2 shows are. I'm so proud of you.
I had more. I have a list, but I just was like, the list I did, I was like, I don't want to do that movie after. So I was like, let me tell him the next 2. So
yeah, we good. All right. Here's something I want to know, Dylan. Trying to bring us back onto what we were talking about.
Yeah.
What's your favorite character and People Under the Stairs?
My favorite character probably would be Everett McGill, honestly.
Daddy.
I'd probably say he's just so freaking wild and wacky, and his voice. And then when he's sitting there like eating the rib cage, and he's just spitting out the goddamn buckshot, like he's just so wacky, bro, and I love it, man. Like he's what really without him and who is it? Wendy Robbie, or without those two, it's just not the same film. You know what I mean? Like they just literally they do so perfect, and they're like, you think they're a couple, and then you buy it all. Like you could almost buy them as a weird fucking couple. Then you no, I buy them being like this whacked ass, brother and sister, like just I buy it, man. They just do so good. They like embody it, man, and they're just so weird, bro, like and creepy and campy. I love it though, man. Like it's freaking phenomenal what they pulled off in the movie. And honestly, they make the movie
they do
what it is,
Yeah, they're these eccentric ass characters. They're so wild. They're so crazy. They're so comedic, right? But at the same time, truly threatening, right? And Wendy Robbie as woman, because in the cast they're only listed as man and woman, right?
Yeah.
They call each other mommy and daddy, right? But they nail it. They nail it. And we were already talking Brandon Adams as Fool, freaking fantastic for a kid actor. He really carried the movie too. AJ Langer does a good job as Alice. I think Alice is interesting, and obviously the name Alice is a representation of Alice in Wonderland and going through all the different holes and stuff. We talked about Sean Whalen as Roach.
Yeah.
Well, Ving Rhames as Leroy. That was great. And we do got Kelly Joan Minter, who I remember from Summer School, right, is in this film as the sister, and Bill Cobbs as the grandpa, who we know from Demolition Man. So. Where did Dylan go? Dylan's gone. So anyway, that's rounding out the cast. My favorite character, out of those, I think it's the kid. I really like Fool. Fool's my favorite.
The kid's your favorite?
Yeah, Fool's my favorite, and I like how it is the Fool's journey. It's the hero's journey. He's going into the underworld. He's fighting monsters. He's confronting things. He has to rescue the girl. He could win the treasure.
Almost like a Big Trouble Little China scenario,
right? And there's this literal hoard of treasure that's there, right? Like this typical hero's journey type stuff, Fool's journey from the tarot. And so I love that aspect. They get me into the movie immediately when they're talking about the tarot and things like this. And then the Fool's journey, the hero's journey, the dog is another standout character.
I was going to say, the dog is awesome.
That dog is the most threatening thing in the fucking movie, to be honest with you.
God.
That dog goes through all the walls, and that's a cool thing too. Let's if you want to switch into production design and how it looks.
Yeah.
Dude, the effects are great, but like the production design, how they made it look like this house was like a labyrinth, bro.
Yeah.
Between all the rooms and all the shit in between. It was wild.
It was, man, with the basement and everything. And like you said, all like the crawl spaces where they're crawling through like the vents and like the air ducts like had the flap and they just like they were getting like
it's like everywhere was a hidden door or something, right? When he comes out the mirror, and then he comes back, and like it's wild, man.
It is, man. That is definitely a great point about the production design on this, man. It is production designer Brian Jones. So
my name's Brian Jones. Keep my name out your mouth.
What do you think about the music in it?
I like the music. It's the music I think is actually really good. Like it's very ominous. It's very creepy, but at the same time, it gets into these like funky rhythms.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is almost like a bridge between 80s, like late 80s horror music, and like electronic horror music, and like the 90s vibe, right? And a more like rhythmic, call it urban vibe, if you will, or whatever, more street type sound. So it has these like funky things. Who is the music by? It's Don Peake. But it truly is creepy and ominous. I just don't think the movie actually utilizes it in the correct way. If you listen to it isolated in and of itself, it really works. There's some moments in the movie where it really works, but you kind of have to work to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's it doing its job then. But at the same time, it could have been, there wasn't anything, one of the things that I always want out of horror movie scores or any score is a recognizable theme. I don't pick up on that necessarily in here, right? As I'm watching the movie. You can pick up some more of the thematic material in the music when you listen to it on its own.
Yeah.
But in the movie, you don't really pick up anything. So it's not strong as far as that goes. And it does feel imbalanced because there are some moments that are truly, like I said, ominous and threatening and very supernatural feeling. And then there are moments that kind of lean more into trying to be street and funky and hip, and they work for what they're doing, but it dates the film. But the other stuff is severely underutilized, but incredibly compelling, in my opinion.
Heck yeah. I agree. Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better. Yeah, Roach was a great character as well. Definitely. Poor guy. Anybody that lived in that basement, man, you felt for him as a man.
It's true.
But yeah, man, dude, I have a lot of fun with the movie, man. It's just Wes Craven, man, at his freaking at his prime, man, just before he's about to put out Scream and New Nightmare, I believe, because New Nightmare, those are like 94, 95 or something. Forget when those came out, but
let's see,
somewhere around there.
Right after this was New Nightmare.
Yeah.
Right after this was New Nightmare. Then he did
Scream would have came in 96.
Then he did before that he did Vampire in Brooklyn.
Oh, I always forget about that.
Yeah.
So you know what? That kind of makes sense where you get a little bit of his, you get a little bit more lighterness and goofiness in this, and that would make sense, and then he does Vampire in Brooklyn, which is not that much. Like, that's not a scary film to me. It never really was.
The problem with Vampire in Brooklyn is that Eddie Murphy and Wes Craven wanted to make a horror film.
Yeah.
Like, Eddie Murphy wanted this to be his shot to do a completely different character. But the studio goes, we paid for Eddie Murphy, tell jokes. Yeah. And so the movie's unbalanced because of that. By the way, this was the follow-up to Shocker. And the first time I ever had this on DVD, it was on a 2-disc double feature set with Shocker. So really, that's a good double feature, actually. I would suggest watching Shocker first, because it's not as good as this one, but it's still really good. Shocker's great.
Which one you think is better, Shocker or this?
I think this one's better than Shocker.
Yeah, I would agree.
100%. Shocker's good. And the other thing, we want to talk about the thematic material here, because Shocker's speaking something about the prison system or whatnot, right? And so Wes Craven said that thematically speaking, the house and the people under the stairs represents America. They're trying to keep out what they consider the unclean people. So it's tackling themes of racism. They're trying to profit off of giving people less, hence the gentrification stuff, right? With the neighborhood and the landlords and all that, and their neglect of their duty and whatnot. And the fact that, like, if you look at it, it's kind of interesting because they're isolationist, right? And so it's the way he says it's America. I think that's not necessarily it. I think it represents certain aspects of America, right? Certain aspects of our society. There are certain people that are isolationists. They live in their house. They live in their own world. Maybe they keep children in their basements, right? But there are people that are a little bit more like they want to keep, say, quote unquote, the outsiders or whatever, right? So it does tackle those themes of racism. It tackles those themes of class disparity and gentrification. And at the same time, it's diving a little bit into a religious criticism as well, which we see a lot in Wes Craven stuff. Wes Craven was brought up very Baptist and rebelled against that very hard. So you see aspects of hypocrisy of authority, whether it's political authority, governmental authority, whether it's parental authority, Nightmare on Elm Street, right? Or religious authority. You see that theme a lot in his work. You see it here because they're always talking about burn in hell. They don't go right out and say it, but there is a religious aspect to these two weird brother-sister partners, right? Right. So there's a lot of themes that are tackled up in a movie that's really fun, really crazy. The only thing structurally is it does feel like it ends and then restarts and then ends again. Right. Yeah. So, yeah. It's a weird structure that way, but it also helps illuminate the hero's journey that Fool is on, the Fool's journey, because he escapes. But then when he becomes a man, when he is resolute is when he turns back towards the sun and goes, just like his sister says in the beginning of the tarot reading, right? He turns away from the cliff, he goes back into the sun and comes out through the fire a hero, right?
Yeah, right.
He goes and saves the girl and gets the treasure.
Oh my God. Hell yeah. Yeah,
what
man.
do you think it's about?
That's what you think it's about?
I said, what do you think it's about?
Oh, what do I? Yeah, I'd agree with everything you said. I kind of mentioned it earlier. It's one where I think you really don't know who the hell your neighbor is, and what they could be doing in their private time. And that we see it all the time where, there's this guy, a small neighborhood, and they've, known this guy for 20 years, and then one day you find out that he had a weird smell coming from his house, and then you get some chick or dude running across the street telling you to call the cops because she's been held kidnapped living there for the last 10 years or something. And we hear these fucked up stories all the time, and this is a little bit more out there, definitely, but shit like this really happens where people get kidnapped and are never seen again, and are tried. Like that little girl Alice had never known. She thought these people were her parents, and she's like outside neighborhood, like, what is that? She's like, all I know is this house, and I'll never get to leave it. And fool's like, well, I'm gonna leave. He's like, I'm not staying here, and it's crazy that once he even makes it out, but once he does make it out, that he, like you said, it's the hero's journey where he decides he's going to go back and help her and, free her. Yeah. And for him to make it out, barely make it out once, and then have the balls to go back, that's what makes me love the kid even more, man. And it's a great film. It really shows like where the guy, daddy or whatever, he's talking about, when they're like in front of the fire and he's eating the rib cage, and they're just talking about one more house, and then we can, smash the building and and get some different people in there, get all these broke people out of there. And he's like, yeah, more money, and she's just kind of talking and talking. And he's like, I don't care, more money, and it's like, more money for what? You guys live like shit anyways.
I know, exactly. It's the hoarding mentality, man. Yeah, they live in squalor. That place does not look like a nice place.
No, and but they're rich,
and they're hoarding it all. They're just hoarding it all. So they really are like, wealth in and of itself is not the villain here. Yeah. It's wealth without purpose, right? Like most of the people that, like, there's a lot of wealthy people that do a lot of good for the community. These people were doing like detriment to the community, right? And they weren't doing anything with that money. Like, they weren't investing in themselves or their community, right? And I think that to live in a successful society, we all have to be on it as individuals, and we got to be on it as a community. So you got who you are and your responsibilities as a person to yourself, but you also have your responsibilities to the whole, right? Yeah. And they were neglecting that. And so there's the inversion of that, and the hoarding of treasure, the hoarding just so other people don't have it. That's what true greed is. Being wealthy is not the problem. Accumulating and hoarding wealth and things so that other people can't get them, that's the problem. That's an internal problem. And that's coming out on the abuse of her kid. And like, dude, that bathtub scene, when I watched it this afternoon, that got me again. I remember that scene when I was a kid. That scared the shit out of me, man. I think I'd seen another film where like the scalding of a child, like, and I'd heard news reports that was something like that form of child abuse. Yeah. That fucking terrified me, man. And it felt all too real and very scary. And the movie may not balance it all the best, but dude, hats off for fucking saying it in a movie that's also just entertaining, where you don't have to focus on the message, but it's there, it's not hidden. You know what I'm saying? It's not hidden at all.
That is true. Give me 1 second. Let me grab I gotta grab my charger.
Yeah, man.
Laptop.
So you out there in the chat, if you've seen People Under the Stairs, what do you think? What's it about? You know, it's a fun movie. What do you appreciate the most out of it? What'd you think about it overall? Like, what your favorite characters, all that kind of stuff. We're about to get into the ratings, I'm assuming, but we'll wait for Dylan to call that because it's Dylan's horror show, right? It's not our horror show, but we're here in service of Dylan. But this was a great revisit, a great movie. It's silly movie. It's a B movie. It's not like an A-list movie. It's not one of the best Wes Craven films ever. But it is I really love what Wes Craven to me is an intelligent horror filmmaker. And, you know, he did one movie that's not really necessarily a horror or a thriller, and it's Music of the Heart. And that's actually a good movie too. So I really like all of Wes Craven's films for the most part.
Yeah, I do too. There's only one that I seen that I haven't really watched, but it looks like maybe one of his weakest ones, Deadly Blessings. I know you know.
Yeah, I have that one, but I've never seen Deadly Friend.
Deadly Friend? I gotta get that one.
That's the one with the robot, right?
Yeah, I want to.
I haven't seen that one, nor do I have it, so I got to get that one too.
That's one I gotta get too. But I hear pretty good things about it. I feel like Scream Factory did it, but Scream Factory has done every besides the Scream.
Aside from Nightmare and Scream, I think they're trying to do all of his stuff.
Yeah, which I really hope.
They didn't do Last House and Hills though. Arrow did those.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I got a whiz. I'll be right back.
But those are like the first two. Those are like his first two things. I'd like them to do a freaking Friday the 13th and Scream Factory box set. That would be awesome. Oh man, I never even talked about good horror news would have been talking about the Batman trailer with Robert Pattinson. How did I slip on that one? Because that shit definitely got some horror aspects to it. Yeah, you're too kind, Two Gun. Constant furnace burning was overlooked. Oh, thank you, Joram. I order all my comic books, don't we all? Did he rate it when I walked away? I didn't hear him. We'll have to hear what he thinks. But yeah, man, it's definitely a slept on movie, man. I feel like this one isn't maybe as obscure as Serpent and the Rainbow, but all of his movies are worth a shot, definitely. That's why I once I knew Deadly Blessing was Wes Craven, I was like, fuck it. For like $10, I'm picking it up.
Yeah, I got that several months ago. I got it with the slip. Did you get the slip?
Yeah, yep.
Nice.
That was actually probably the only reason I got it, because I was like, it's a slip and it's a Wes Craven. Fuck it. Because who knows when I'll ever watch it. I did throw it in once, and it does seem like kind of really slow, but it's a different.
I've watched it a long time ago.
It's like a different type of horror movie, and if not, like, you know,
it's another one of his ones with some religious themes.
Yeah,
like more overtly.
So. Deadly Friend looks interesting. Do you want to talk about anything else, or do you want to get into the rating and some show and tell?
We can rush into the ratings if you want to, man.
Well, no, I didn't.
I don't know. Apparently, we're rushing in. I don't think we're rushing in. I think we've covered a lot already.
I thought they said that you rated it when I walked away to grab the charger.
No, I didn't rate it.
Oh, I don't know. But it don't matter, because I actually got a couple things for show and tell, so it's up to you.
No, I'm good for the rating. I just asked them to like overall, like what, like to explain before the rating, like what overall they thought or got out of the film.
Oh, okay.
So, like Kirby's got a good comment.
They be breaking in to steal their slabs. It's a great horror film with poignant commentary on the social / economic inequality that affects everyone. Once again, reaffirming the genius of Wes Craven. Yeah, man, dude, Wes Craven was a straight up genius, no doubt. It's gonna be wild as hell to see what Wes Craven or what Scream 5 does, being the first Scream movie ever made without Wes Craven. Like, even the TV show was like had it was being produced by Wes Craven.
We're a couple weeks away, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Crazy. Dude, I forgot. I should have mentioned the Batman trailer for horror news, because dude, that's gonna have some horror aspects.
This trailer didn't do as much for me as the last one, but
the first one was definitely a little bit better, but I'm still loving it, dude. I'm still loving it. The first one had a little bit more of some, like, you know, jumping out of your seat moments, but dude, and now, like, that we kind of had seen some of those moments already, but like that ending scene when it's like all smoky and he's like, you know, when he's using the gun against them and, like, you know, just fucking knocking everybody out. So good, bro. I think Robert Pattinson, I'm calling it now, he's going to be the best Batman ever. And he's going to be my favorite. Like, there's just something about what they're doing. The vibe, the aesthetic, and like it being an actual detective story. Like, it's literally like it's got Seven vibe. I feel the Seven vibes, like the way the city looks, like the colors. Because they got that one good downtown shot and just the colors and everything. It looks great, man. Like, with him like actually having black eye paint, I just think like he looks like such a great Batman. He has the perfect jawline for it, and I really am excited to see what he does, man. I love him as an actor, and
I'm excited to see it.
He got big too, bro. Like, people were trying to hate and be like, he's so skinny, bro. He got bulky for this, man.
There's something about the forehead that I don't like. On the suit,
forehead,
on the costume.
Yeah, I know. It's like, it looks like different material. It looks a little bit
Adam Westy to me.
Yeah, well, maybe I think that's a part of it. I think they're kind of trying to, because I know the Batmobile was kind of inspired like by the
Batmobile. I think looks cool, and I'm really, really excited to see this cat's performance as the Riddler.
Yeah, dude, I think Paul Dano is gonna be great, man. We're gonna finally get a real Riddler, even though we did get a pretty good Riddler in the Gotham series.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We got a pretty comic book accurate Riddler in Batman Forever. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Yes, the Riddler's always been stupid as fuck.
Yeah,
come on, man. I'm gonna appreciate this. People have tried to make the Riddler threatening, and it's not quite worked for me. But Jim Carrey, I think, was a pretty accurate portrayal of the Riddler, almost a little bit. But no, I'm really excited for this, like, kind of more psychotic take on the Riddler.
Yeah,
it looks scary.
Yeah, so I am too, because we always just get the same. Like, Batman has so many.
Frank Gorshin, though, best Riddler we've ever gotten on screen. Just so everybody knows.
So many of the same characters. Like, Batman has so many like villains, and we always get Joker, Bane, and you know what I mean. Like, we got a little bit more back in
Penguin
the day,
like
and Catwoman. You know, which we get Catwoman in this, and we're getting Penguin again. But I'm excited to see like a different take on the Riddler, and I'm just like super excited, man. I'm really just loving the aesthetic of the whole film, dude, and that it's like Seven is such a great film. So for it to like actually take like kind of inspiration from that, it's just perfect, bro. I cannot wait, bro.
I'm excited, man. But I'll just tell you this: every time I see Robert Pattinson, when he pulls off the mask and he's got his like eyeshadow on, you know, his like war paint, I just keep thinking, when I was a young man, my father took me into the city. I'm just always ready to listen to some My Chemical Romance.
What?
Black Parade. Hey, we got another porn bot. Yeah.
We made it.
You know we made it.
Too funny. Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, I can't wait for it. His Bruce Wayne does look a little bit darker, but it's year 2 Batman, and I'm loving what they're gonna do, man. I can't freaking wait. I can't wait.
Check it out, man.
Zoe Kravitz looks really great as Catwoman too.
Yeah, so. I mean, coming up, we got Scream, and then March is Batman.
Yeah,
like, we're just like 3 months away now from Batman. So
I cannot wait, bro. I cannot wait. And dude, just like all in all, like I'm excited for like a good new take on Batman. You know what I mean? We've never really gotten like a detective style Batman. You know, that we get a little taste of it here and there in like the Christopher Nolan one, But this is gonna be like straight detective story. You know what I mean? Like mystery and everything. So I'm excited for it, dude. I want it to succeed so badly, you know. So, and from what I've seen, just everything has impressed me, man. It looks so good. Can you?
So, are we doing the ratings now?
You have to see the movie. Yeah, I've never heard. I don't know if I've heard of Titanic.
It's a movie that came out this year.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it though, but
2021.
Yeah,
I know this. They asked me like some of my favorite movies this year, and I was saying like Spider-Man: No Way Home, and then Chucky was my favorite TV show of the year. Favorite movie would have been probably Spider-Man: No Way Home, regular movie. Favorite like horror movie would have been like Halloween Kills, probably. But what did you think of?
This is a French-Belgian film.
Yeah,
and it's body horror. Yeah, I'm excited. I need to check that out, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write that down.
Before we'll get into the rating, because I actually wanted to ask you what you thought of The Matrix Resurrections, if you ever watched it.
I fucking hated it, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I watched it twice.
Did you? I gotta watch it again because I kind of fell asleep through it. Like I watched the first hour, fell asleep for like maybe 30, 40 minutes, then caught like the last 40 minutes or whatever, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go back and rewatch this, you know.
I didn't like it. My first initial impression was 3, you digs, and now I'm at 2.
Yeah.
I watched it a second time. And
disappointment, man.
Such a disappointment for me, man.
And like I was saying too, like it's
I'm the guy that loves all 3 of the Matrix films, man.
Yeah.
You know, so I was really, really pumped.
So now they ruined it where now you probably hate like the 4th one.
Yeah, I don't like this. But you know, it doesn't ruin the franchise for me.
Exactly. And Lana Wachowski like basically said like the entire movie is basically her saying that she doesn't want to do this and she's just putting it right out in the open. So it's like, well, why if you're gonna
read that into the movie?
Why the fuck would you do it if you didn't want to? Like, I get you want to keep a Wachowski on it, but it's like
here's the thing. She got paid
so much money.
She got paid and made it, whatever. Yeah. They were gonna make it anyway. They literally say that in the movie.
But it's like if we could have got somebody that actually put their love and care into it, like fucking pisses me off, man. Like, and maybe we could have got like a relaunch.
Maybe she made a parody of the film that they would have made otherwise.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's almost like a reboot / not reboot. Like, I don't know, like reboot / continuation.
Honestly, bro, it sucks, man. I don't even care.
It does, man. It does.
It's just, it doesn't exist to me anymore. It's like Blade 3.
Yeah. So we'll get into the rating. If anyone's seen The People Under the Stairs, throw your rating in the comments below. Robbie, what do we want to give this today, my man?
So it's the new year. Got to be a little bit. Got to be a little bit more like on the nose with the criticisms and a little less sensationalist, like we have been, right? You know, we get wrapped up in these films. I love the film People Under the Stairs, but I'm looking at it. It's got some structural issues. It's got some issues here with tonal clash, but overall, I enjoy the film. But also for what it's trying to do. Where do I place this film? I'm giving it 4 you digs. 4 out of 5 for People Under the Stairs. It's trying to say something with a fun, entertaining movie. That's what social commentary in horror films used to be. That's why we love George Romero. That's why we love John Carpenter. That's why we love Wes Craven, right? You can watch They Live and understand what it's saying about the social structure of America at the time, right? But you can also just watch it because it's fucking a fun, awesome movie. And that's what People Under the Stairs is. So it's 4 out of 5. It's not perfect. It's not Wes Craven's best, but it's one of his best, most underrated films where I think it worked at first. And then a lot of people just kind of forgot about it. This is one that we need to be talking about a little bit more often. 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see.
And sadly, still relevant today.
Yeah, right. Sadly, man. So messed up. Kirby gave it a 4 slips for me on this. Bobby D gave it a 5 slips. Wow, hell yeah.
By the way, Jamie would have given it 5 Peoples Under the Stairs.
Oh, really?
She
Nice.
gave it a 5. She watched it with me today. She gave it a 5.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. Missing Link, I can dig it. 4 out of 5. Hell yeah, brother. Gary North gave it a 4 slips. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Robbie. I'm gonna give it a 4 slips. Two Gun as well gave it a 4 slips. The movie's great, man. It holds up to this day. I've never watched it and been disappointed. I really like it. The score could be a little more prevalent, but maybe it's meant to be the way it is. It still is a great sound, and I really like it. The production design is incredible. The house, the labyrinth of the house, the basement, the designs of like the freaking people living in the house and the people in the basement.
Dude, how about this too? At the end, the people in the basement, which by the way are still cannibals,
yeah,
they just go off into society. I want to see the follow up.
Right.
Like one of these dudes is trying to make it a go at a normal life.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. Crazy, bro. Crazy. We get a movie where the kid is one of the main actors, and we don't hate him, so that's a big one, because we all know Bob.
Alistair. I
renounce
my wish. Even Jelani's got to like the kid in this one, man.
You son of a bitch, Bob. But yeah. Oh, does Jelani like this one?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him, man.
I wonder if
I'm just saying, like Jelani is the one that hates every kid in every movie.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah.
I think even in this one, he would like the kid.
Yeah.
I'm sure he does.
I will watch now for you, dig. Slaps in the chat, making all the Craven connects. I see you, Link, smash, crash, bloosh. Hell yeah. Yeah, man, Wes Craven, bro. Hell yeah. I cannot wait for Scream 5, that's for sure. But yeah, dude, four slips from me, 4 from Robbie. We got 4s all around. Besides Bobby D gave it a 5, and Jamie gave it a 5 as well. So that's a average score of 4.69, dude.
Nice.
Come on, brother. And that
nice.
That concludes the People Under the Stairs review.
Speaking of Wes Craven, real quick, Dylan, I'll go ahead and make the announcement. PCP Horror Fest 2022. We're focusing hard in on Wes Craven. We're going to be doing the entire Scream franchise, including the 5th movie. And we're doing the entire Nightmare on Elm Street franchise as well. So you have that to look forward to September and October.
March Madness, you're going in then, huh?
That's PCP Horror Fest.
Oh, that's PCP Horror Fest.
Yeah, March Madness I'm not ready to announce yet, but you know what it is, and you know what's badass, man.
Yeah. The oh really? So September and that's your Horror Fest?
September and October is Horror Fest.
Oh, you said October. I thought
September and October is Horror Fest.
Okay, my bad.
During Horror Fest, we will be doing all of the Scream movies and all of the Nightmare movies.
Hell yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
And there will probably be a Wes Craven poll.
Yeah.
Of other Wes Craven films to review.
Yeah.
It'll probably be like Hills Have Eyes, Last House on the Left.
Yeah.
Well, if we do Serpent on the Rainbow here, probably not that. But
I was gonna say, like, I might maybe like when we were the week you review Nightmare on Elm Street or whatever, I'll hold out and we'll do Serpent and the Rainbow for that. Usually when you do like a series review, I like to just have us do one because it's like we've already had to watch so many, just to make it easier.
And plus, it adds to the idea of the Wes Craven spotlight.
So exactly. Oh yeah.
We really want to pay tribute to Wes Craven this year.
Definitely. The kid reminds me of a young Jelani.
I love some of the dialogue too, man. Oh man, she just straight knocked that mother out and shit like that. Like it's so funny. And Ving Rhames, like the opening of the movie, like they really spend a lot of time building up at first the environment that this kid is growing up in.
Yeah.
His mom's dying of cancer. His sister is a sex worker. She's a prostitute. Right?
Oh,
like
right.
Ving Rhames just like mentions it, but like you get the information and it's there and you can piece together this kid's world and him rising out of that, like, and trying to do good still. That's great because it's the nature versus nurture thing as well. Right. So
yeah, definitely.
Because these other crazy fucks came from a wealthy household and look what happened to them.
Right. Yeah. It's fucking wild, man. It's a lot of fun though, man.
And there's a little bit of implication that there's some sexual abuse going on too. There's like the little tiny scene where like she tells him to stay away from her, and he like grabs at his crotch area all like weird.
Yeah.
And then like decides to go back and like, yeah. So there's some, this Wes understands, you can say, we can talk about all this stuff about messaging in films and agendas in film or whatnot, but like Wes cares about shit like child abuse, man. That's a theme in a lot of his movies too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
definitely.
Something he wants to point out. And like we always talk about, Wes always wants to show the darkness inherent in human nature.
Yeah. Which that is one of the darknesses of human fucking nature, and something that still happens today, Yeah. So yeah, it's wild, man. Wes Craven was one of the greatest directors that we ever got.
He's like an English professor, and he was a porn director. So he's been around.
Yeah.
He's seen the ups and the downs. He's seen high society. He's seen religious society. He's seen the dirty dregs of society, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, dude. Freaking crazy, dude.
And still one of his most powerful movies is about the power of music. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
With Meryl Streep. Music of the Heart. Have you ever seen that one? Music of the Heart?
No.
It's just like non-horror film, but it's like really good. It's a good, powerful movie about the power of music.
Yeah.
And like teaching kids music.
Right.
Yeah. It's really good.
Oh, I'll check it out one day. Yeah, I never seen that. What did you have for show and tell tonight? I gotta go grab whatever
I got some things for show.
Got a couple things because we took a break for Christmas, so I didn't know maybe you got a couple Christmas presents or anything.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to show off my Christmas presents from my Secret Santa at work. Every year we do a Secret Santa thing. So here's a horrifying thing for me.
Hold on one second. Oh, well, okay. I was going to say, let me grab my stuff.
Yeah, grab your stuff.
I don't want to miss what you show.
Love your shirt, by the way.
Oh, yeah, thanks, man.
Got the Venom shirt going. I love that Mark Bagley Venom shirt.
Yeah, my girl got this for me. I love it, dude.
I love that shirt.
It's a cool one, bro. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I got another Venom like in Carnage shirt, but this is definitely my favorite Venom shirt I own.
I ordered some new shirts today. I'm very excited to get them in. One of them is a shirt that says October 31st is for tourists. I do this shit every year. Or it doesn't say shit. This is like I do this every day or something like that. I don't know. Thought it'd be appropriate. We're big horror fans here. Thank you all, by the way, for supporting Dylan, man. The goal this year for Dylan is we're going to hit him at 1,000 subscribers. We're going to get Dylan to 1,000 subscribers. The last video did really well. We got a little bit more views on the channel. So everybody, if you're new, station, thank you for being here. We're here every Saturday night talking about underappreciated and overappreciated horror films.
Right. Definitely.
We're on the road to 1,000 in 2022. Dylan to 1K in 2022. Oh, yeah. And I'm really ready. Here's the thing. I think this is a missed opportunity. You were talking about the Batman movie?
Yeah.
Batman movie should have come out February 22nd, 2022, and it should have been a Two-Face movie.
Two-Face?
Because that's the day that he would do his crime. 2-2. 2-2-2-2-2.
Yeah.
Get it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll set up for him to be the next villain in the sequel of Batman. So
maybe. All right. Anyway, show and tell. So here's a horrifying thing for me. I got my AD pop finally. Right when the Lakers are just shitting the fucking bed all over the place. So disappointed and disgusted with the Lakers. But I do got an Anthony Brown or Anthony Davis. Did I say Anthony Brown? That's Cowboys. Anthony Davis, AD pop. So there you go. Also got a Total Justice Superman. That's right, y'all. That's mullet Superman. Look at that. Beautiful mullet Superman. Very excited for that. It's a new goal to collect all of the Total Justice figures on card. But here's something really dope, man. I got the Spawn figure. That's the cover homage to the Santa cover. So he's got the little Santa hat to wear.
That's
so it makes the image from the famous cover, which is my favorite single issue of Spawn, pretty much. Like, I love this issue of Spawn. It's basically Spawn shows up on this kid's rooftop and like gets these dudes, like they're like going to like steals some shit or something, and he like beats the shit out of him. But the kid thinks that it's Santa Claus because he hears the chains, so he thinks it's sleigh bells and shit like that. But yeah, so that's really, really dope. And always expanding the horror collection. I got a movie this week. I'm slowing up on the movies because I need to get a new shelf. But I did get this classic this week, Blood Diner, Vestron series, number 2. So I got number 1 and 2 now because number 1 was Chopping Mall. But yeah, dude, really pumped for this. And I hope that me and Dylan get to cover this at some point this year.
Oh, definitely.
Because this is an underrated fucking classic.
Oh, you've seen it now?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
That movie's awesome, bro.
Yeah, that's one I definitely will review because I love that film.
And that's my show and tell.
That's it. Actually, the director of Blood Diner only did like one other movie too, and Blood Diner was her second, and then The Being is her other, and that's kind of like a creature feature, and it's got like I think Christopher Lambert is in it.
Yeah, I've heard about that one. I haven't seen it.
But that's one I definitely want to check out too. I've never seen all of it. I've seen bits and pieces, but that's a fun one.
Dude, really pumped. We got to cover that soon, man.
Hell yeah. Oh, I forgot. I got the other shirt, but I did get this for Christmas. Let me freaking get rid of you. It's my bad. I had you on there. So I got this little Halloween shirt, which I wish it wasn't purple, but it's still a cool one.
I like that shirt. We had that shirt at my shop. I like that shirt.
I wish it was black, man. Black would have looked so dope. I left it in the room, but I have like this really cool, it's like a Nightmare Before Christmas shirt. And it's all black, and it's got like Oogie Boogie on it. I'll grab it in a second. Nice. But I also got Gremlins Gizmo. I thought this was that freaking Gremlins Christmas pack where it's Stripe as Santa when my mom was showing it to me. So I just saw like Gizmo with the Christmas hat, but no, this is just Gizmo.
Yeah.
But still really
he
cool.
has the Santa hat though.
Yeah.
And he's got the Rambo gear. I have one of those still on hold for me. I need to get it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a cool figure, man. And I only have Lady Greta, so I'm definitely glad to have Gizmo in the collection. And
I want to get the Carolers, man. So bad.
Dude, I saw the Carolers at my Walmart, bro, and it's like $60. I want to get it. I just don't really have the money for it. So, but the Carolers are like my 2 favorites, honestly. Yeah.
I just feel like my Santa Stripe and the Carolers would replace a nativity scene in my house.
Hey, but that would be cool. That would be cool.
You have a baby Gizmo.
Yeah, right. Because you get the little baby Gizmo with the Santa stripe. But I've been looking for this for a while, and I finally was able to get one. Annabelle Comes Home. And it's pretty cool.
I love it's cool that they have the box there.
Yeah, bro. And you could it's got the little stand, and you get the little cabinet, and it's kind of cool.
I didn't even know they did that.
Displayer. So
I've never seen that movie still. I haven't seen those movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we should do it, man.
I probably wouldn't have cared to have this, but the way they have it set up where you can kind of display her in the cabinet, how she is, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's dope, man.
Oh, and I think it comes with a little chair, so you could even take her out and just have her looking creepy as fuck in the rocking chair.
That's awesome. That is great. That's scary looking, man.
Yeah, that is. I didn't even notice that till I was just looking. So, yeah, that's really cool. I think that's all I got. I'll grab that other shirt real quick to show, but
here's a quick question. What would y'all like to see us cover here on Dylan's Horror Show? What movies would you like to see us revisit or watch? Check out. We already got the recommendation for, is that Titan? What do y'all think? Throw it out in the chat.
Yeah. Did you watch Book of Boba Fett?
No, I still haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I like this shirt though.
Yeah, I'll check it out for sure. I plan on watching it, but
yeah. So yeah, that's
I don't take Star Wars that seriously though, man. It's not like it's Slumber Party Massacre, which by the way, the Slumber Party Massacre 2 and 3 box set or the double feature Blu-ray has started to drop in price.
Oh yeah.
It's starting to hit around the 150 to 200 mark. If it could just drop a little bit lower, I feel good about it.
Oh, and to what, like 100 you would pay?
Like 100, I'd probably pay for it.
Yeah.
For some stupid reason. It's not worth it, but I would.
Yeah.
Because it was up to 500. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
I asked them what movies they'd like to see us review this year, and Evil Face Man says The Crow.
Oh, dude, The Crow. Dude, I have let me show you. I have the coolest release of The Crow.
Gary, by the way, says Tenebrae. Hell the fuck yes.
That's one. I think that's one I gotta get the Blu-ray of, man. I had like ordered it on Amazon and it was like out of stock and I was just waiting for them to get it and it just never came and they must have canceled it after a while. But my version, because I have this slip cover for The Crow. I fucking love this, bro. It's like the VHS slip cover.
That's nice.
I only have 2 of these. I have one for The Crow, and then I have one for the Halloween 6 producer's cut. And these 2, like, I love them both so much, man. Like, that Halloween 6 producer's cut is going for like $60 at least. I know. Maybe even more.
I got rid of that shit so long ago for so nothing. It's like for nothing.
I know. It's great, but it's out of print right now. So you can't get it. Like on physical at least. And
you can get it in the
I got it with the slip,
in the 15 disc, right?
Probably.
I think it's in the 15 disc set.
But you can't get it like single or anything. But
it's not worth it, to be honest. But no, that's really cool. I got 2. I don't remember the company that does it, but I have 2 movies. I have When a Stranger Calls and Happy Birthday to Me with like VHS packaging like that.
Yeah, I would like to get the Happy Birthday to Me one, no doubt.
Well, heads up, on my birthday, PCP Movie Night's moving to, okay, so it's 2022. PCP Movie Night is now going to be on Monday nights. We're starting that back on January 10th, I believe is the date. My birthday happens to land on a Monday. So on my birthday for PCP Movie Night, May 10th, we're doing Happy Birthday to Me. So there you go. That's dope, man.
Isn't that? Those are like, I saw both of these and they were like $5, bro. And I didn't have this either. And I wish I would have got like 2 or 3 of these because to own this, bro, $60, bro. And like with this awesome slip, I could probably get this like 100 for this sucker, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Like pretty cool, man. I just love that cover, bro. I love that slip. I just think the freaking VHS style is so cool. So cool. And this one's actually kind of cooler because a lot of people did have like those like fake, producer cut VHS or,
what was that bootleg that was going around for a while?
Yeah, the bootleg. You know what I mean? So I think that's pretty cool to have.
Gary says The Hitcher. Travis says Children of the Corn. Bobby De La Ghetto says Nosferatu, the classic. Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how long Dylan could talk about that one.
Children of the Corn is definitely a good one because I recently got the 4K Arrow release for that.
Dude, we should do Nosferatu one day.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
We should do it like on Horror Fest or something. Like,
yeah.
I think the best way to do Nosferatu would be a live commentary. Like we're watching it at the same time because it's a silent film. It's a simple film, right? But like, imagine if we just like we're watching it together, and then we release that or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe we could stretch 3 hours out of Nosferatu if we brought everybody in. And to be honest, like I think there's so many people that are friends of ours that have been on this show, like Perry, like Verno, Fable, Steph, and all them. I don't know if they've watched Nosferatu, but like it is legitimately a scary ass silent film. But Vampire is even more scary to me.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do like a 1-2 punch or something, or a Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. We could do a whole silent film episode, right? And just pick a few for everybody to watch. That'd be neat.
Yeah, that would definitely be fun.
Freaks.
Todd
Browning.
This is the freaking Should Do the Fly. The Devils. I never heard of that. The Ticks is another one. Do you ever see Ticks with like Seth Green and shit? Actually, the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray went on sale on Amazon. It's like $34, but there's a lot of good ones, man.
We should do Teeth.
Teeth, yeah. Yeah.
It'd be fun to get a lot of people to watch Teeth.
That one's fucking crazy. So messed up.
Yeah.
Brain Scan. I love Brain Scan.
I've never seen that one.
That's a Furlough. Eddie Furlough. Yeah. Not like I don't love it, but it's a fun one. It's a fun one. And I love Furlough in that. It's cool. It kind of has a little futuristic stuff going for it. But I actually don't own that one. There's some good ones though, man. Like Dog Soldiers, freaking Prison. Prison's a good one. With Viggo Mortensen. Firestarter. Let's see what else. Ghost Story. The Ghost Story one. That's another good one.
It's been on my wish list for a while. I need to get it.
Yeah. So what announcement for?
So since we're talking about all this stuff, Dylan, what's next week?
That's what I'm grabbing right now. Actually.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say while we're talking. So next week's review is gonna be the freaking James Gunn classic Slither, baby. And I love this one, man. I love this slipcover too, bro. Find
out why we were excited for James Gunn to be doing Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, straight up, dude. This is I mean, I know everyone would say like Guardians of the Galaxy, but bro, this might be my favorite James Gunn film. Like straight
Nathan
up.
Fillion, Michael Rooker. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, bro. This one, I love the cover too. I remember like clear as day of seeing this cover, man, and I was just like, ooh, bro, that's gonna be a crazy one. And especially like, what year was this? It
was like 2006, 5, 7?
2006. So, it's got some fairly new CGI. It works though,
It does.
Prophecy. Work. That's the Christopher
Walken?
Yeah, I never really got into those, but
I used to watch those a lot, man. Those were constant rentals for me.
Really? What about like Warlock? You ever get
used to watch those too? Yeah, Warlock. Yeah. All that shit. Wishmaster.
Yeah, I love Wishmaster.
I know you do.
I love Wishmaster. That's another one we definitely will have to review this year. Let me think. But yeah, dude, I wanted to see. I think that this is on Amazon. I'm just looking at this slip, bro. It's so awesome. I remember when I ordered this, I could not believe that I got the slip with this. This is a couple years. I could not believe it. Like, so is this one kind of slept on too? Then, Robbie,
I think it is, man. I got the.
Did you got a slip too?
I got the slip too, and I bought it this year, like early this year.
Yeah, same here. I know I got mine before you, but you got it like shortly after because I think we got them around the time like there was a Scream Factory sale or something.
All right. Right now, it looks like you can rent it on Amazon for $3.99, on YouTube for $3.99, Google Play for $3.99, Vudu for $3.99, Apple TV for $3.99. So yeah, you can rent it right now.
Yeah.
It's not streaming on a service
it's not on Tubi?
No, it's not showing, man.
Oh,
not
really?
For me.
It used to be. Let me see.
Yeah. For me, it's just showing available to rent, but it's worth it, y'all.
It used to be on Stars, but it's not available right now. So bummer.
It is worth the $4 to rent, y'all. Trust us.
It definitely is. It definitely is. That I try and think of movies that are gonna be like more accessible too, but it's like you can't always,
No, I mean $4 is that's something that people can do. You can go and watch the movie, or we bought it. Otherwise we'd have to pay for it too. Right. We've already paid for it. Right. Yeah. But there are other movies that like when we did Near Dark, like nobody could access that. Like it wasn't accessible at all. Like it wasn't anywhere to rent or stream. So at least this one you can rent it on all these different services. At least. It sucks though when you're paying for all these services.
Yeah.
And you can't. You're like, so this movie that I'm wanting to watch is on none of them.
Yeah. Right.
So I got to pay half the fee of Netflix or whatever to like watch it, whatever.
Yeah.
Physical media, y'all. We support it.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you can also pirate it too. I'm sure that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Out there. But we don't support that. Buy the Blu-ray. Scream Factory. It's worth it.
The Birds is a good one too. I love that. Station tomorrow.
Many.
Yeah, so you got anything coming up this week before we get out of here, my brother?
No, not really. I'm going to be on the EXP on Monday night, slinging dynamite goods. They got some great stuff. There's some really great Stray Dog exclusive variants. They got an Evil Dead 2 exclusive homage cover to the new Stray Dogs Dog Days. They got signed copies, signed by Tony Fleece, available there. They're like $50. You can get other ones that are cheaper than that are not signed. And if you go there to dynamicforces.com and check one of those out, enter code Robbie. You'll save 10%. So everybody remember that. They got some, the Evil Dead 2, that's a cool one. I think I might have to comp one of those myself. But anyway, aside from that, weekly comic book review, and we're about to be kicking back on track. Movie night resumes, not this upcoming Monday, but the following Monday. We're going to be talking about Brazil from Terry Gilliam. Very excited for that. So
nice. Curry said Elizabeth Banks and Slither reminds me that she would be great as an older Erica Slaughter from Something That's Killing the Children, or as Erica's mentor. Yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah, man.
Station, Mark. But yeah, dude. Definitely. What the fuck? I had something in my head I was gonna say. Definitely can't wait for next week. There's one thing I slid. Can't remember it now. Damn it. Physical media for life, no doubt. Station Fable. Darn it, what was I gonna say? So next week Slither. Pissed me off. What the fuck? Oh, I was gonna ask let me know. I'll message you Monday, but let me know if they do have that freaking Creep Show cover for Stray Dogs. I really just want it. Like usually I would just say screw it, because I haven't been like, I have like no extra money for comic books as of lately, man. And like I haven't even been able to buy Blu-rays, but since my dogs
I'll check on it, man.
Cool.
I'll check on it, man.
If you don't, no biggie, but I just figured since my dogs are in it, I figured that would be cool to have.
Yeah,
that's a cool keepsake.
I guarantee I'll have a copy for you.
Yeah, my man, you are the best. I love you, bro. Dude, Happy New Year. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. Let me shout out everyone in the chat real quick. Dorem, Fable, Mark, Bobby D, Chamorro, let's see, Taki, Kirby, Evil Face Bad, Brother Joe, Albert, Stormy Barbie, yeah, Blood Diner, baby. Definitely check that out. Two Gun, bro. Check out Blood Diner, because I know you were asking me about some movies that you've been wanting to check out. Blood Diner's a good one. Two Gun, thanks for hanging. Let's see who else made it in here. Gary, TM. Missing Link. We had some porn bots in here.
Yeah, them porn bots, man.
Yeah.
69 dudes.
69 dudes. That's probably where they're coming from. I think that's all I'm getting right now. I know we probably had some more people in here, but that's as far as I think it's letting me go.
The algorithm.
Yeah.
Comment, subscribe, share. We're going to get Dylan to 1K in 2022.
Yeah. Get a little. Two Gun has sent me some stuff, so once we get to 1K, we'll have a nice little giveaway. He's giving me some stuff. I'll have to go through some stuff. I know Robbie might even, if I asked him, I know he would maybe throw a book in there or two or something.
Not at all.
But
I'll throw in your copy of Stray Dogs Dog Days. How about
that? T-House, thanks for joining. Apex, Scarpad, God Tank, and I think, my boy Verno, thanks for coming in and saving me earlier. And that is it. And definitely stay tuned for next week, Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be reviewing Slither. You will not want to miss it. Definitely, if you have not seen it before, it is one you are going to be happy that we told you to check out, because especially if you're a James Gunn fan, it is awesome, and it is just Totally James Gunn all through and through. You know what I mean?
And if you like Nathan Fillion and you like Michael Rooker and you like creature features.
Yeah.
Remember, I think I had it on I listed it on my creature features during that episode. We did top 10 creature features. And
I think it is a lot of fun, dude. So much fun. Hey, thank you, Two Guns. Thank you. It was a great show. What did he say? Does it count if you get to 1,000 porn bots watching you?
Yes, it does count, my friend. Because porn bots matter. So there you go.
They matter. Don't think they don't, because they do. All lives matter.
Oh jeez. Moving on.
Happy New Year, dude. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Great show as always. We cannot wait for next week. You guys are awesome. Thanks as always for all the support. And we will catch you guys next week. Station, my brothers. Station.
Pop.